a line drive, base hit to right. Rufko in to score. Everybody else up one, and Brian Pounds goes the other way with a line drive single. Revs in front, 2-1 here in the bottom of the third.
1-2 pitch, there's a drive deep into left field. He turns and forget about it. It is gone over the arch nemesis. Telvin Nass with a 2-run shot. It is 4-3 Revolution. Oh, finish that thought after this 1-0 pitch comes to Simmons here, and he drives this one into deep left center field. Back on his Dominguez, back to the warning track and the wall. It's out of here. James Simmons with a home run to dead center. Just clears the video board. 2 home runs in the inning for the Revolution. It is 5-3 York. And now with a chance of breadsticks permeating through the crowd, will Lamonta succumb to the pressure, and will Simmons give them the dough? The 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Got him with a fastball, let her high, and now will retire the side. James Simmons, a bulldog inning at 99 pitches and a quality start. 0-1, this one driven deep into left field. Back on his Lamonta, back to the track, back at the wall. It's out of here. Over the York Daily record once again at the arch nemesis. Josh Wilson with a solo home run, the third of the night for the Revs. It is 6-3 York. Too much time to think on those balls. Baseball's not a thinking sport, it's just a reacting sport. Joel Guzman reacts to the first pitch, and he'll drive this one over the nemesis. It's gone! Joel Guzman, the 4th home run of the night, the 3rd over the big newspaper. It's 8-3 York. Whoa, baby!
Now that teaches kids that it does pay to argue. Here's the payoff pitch. Called third strike, inside corner. Bo Vaughn strikes out the side, and Dominguez is heated again. 1, 2, 3 with K's across the board. And the 0-1 slider hit on one hop to short. Wilson to second, Pounds to first, double play. 6-4-3. DeMarc needed 2 pitches, and he's out of the inning. DeMarc looks in, he's ready. The 0-2, swing and a miss. He struck him out. Ball game over. And the Revs win 8-5. Back-to-back wins and big offensive performances here in games 2 and 3 on the home schedule.
Highlights and lessons in morality from the WOYK broadcast booth. Okay, we're going to go to commercial. When we come back, Darrell Henry goes inside the clubhouse to talk to March Mason. So keep it tuned here on this fine radio program, and we'll see you after the break on the WOYK pregame show.
Current school not meeting your child's unique needs? Check out family-centered public cyberschooling from Commonwealth Charter Academy. CCA students attend virtual classes led by Pennsylvania certified teachers, and enrollment is open year-round with no waiting list. For open house dates in your area, visit ccaeducate.me or call toll-free 1-844-590-2864. That's 1-844-590-2864.
This is the Dan Patrick Show.
Let's go! Johnny Manziel is going to end up with one of those guys who say, whatever happened to him? He doesn't get it. The world moves on very, very quickly without you. I don't care what you did in college. The world, the NFL world, moves quickly. And they'll move on right without you. And I think that's what's eventually going to happen. You know, maybe somebody gives him another chance here. But he's not better than Josh McCown. He's just not. And he wasn't ready for this. He needs to learn to be a professional. That's why I said I agreed with the Browns. Manziel had a couple of touchdown passes. And, you know, one was just, hey, I would just go someplace and I'll throw the ball and, you know, see if something good happens. What do you have, 8 completions? He wasn't ready. He's not ready. Not ready to be a professional. And maybe he won't be.
The Dan Patrick Show.
We are going to PAR-TY.
Mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Listen up, people.
This
is the Rich Eisen Show.
He's a professional.
And I did tweet out on 4th and 19, go blue. Irvin took a picture of me in the NFL Game Day morning meeting room celebrating, and I stupidly looked at his phone and did it, and he tweets it out what Rich Eisen was like when he thought You Miss Football won. I can't show you what it was like when they did not win. Do friends do that to friends?
No. The Rich Eisen Show.
Weekdays at noon on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Fans, it's time to go inside the clubhouse for the latest on your York Revolution and tonight's matchup. It's time for the Broadway Transmission Manager's Report. Now, here's the manager of the Revs, Mark Mason.
Well, Mace, another good offensive performance last night. It was the long ball in last night's game that really stole the show. And I know you can't expect 4 home runs every night, but is that kind of what you envision when you put this lineup together during the offseason?
Well, I knew that we had the capability of hitting the ball out of the ballpark. Every guy in our lineup is capable of doing that. So am I surprised that it happened? Not really. But is it something that you expect every night? Not really. So, yeah, I mean, it's just good. We were hitting the ball hard for a few days, and then last night we actually really hit it. And you could see it getting better over the last 3 days, 4 days. But last night it came together really well.
How much did actually getting on the field pregame help?
I think that helps a lot, obviously. Just for the simple fact that you don't sit around all day and get kind of bored and listless and all that. I just think it's good to get out there. You need to get the work in anyway. It keeps guys focused. When you have these rain days, there's a lot of card playing and hanging out, watching TV, and conversations to talk about the NFL draft and a bunch of other things. So, the focus sometimes isn't quite as keen when you sit around all day waiting to play. So the pregame work is important.
Yeah, and facing a lefty last night, I figure with a right-hand heavy lineup, you're going to get a lot of change-ups down and away, that sort of thing. Looked like Morgado was trying to do that. How do you feel your hitters respond to that and recognize that and try to get their pitch these days?
Well, early in the game, I thought we chased a lot of changeups that were balls that were down in the dirt or close to the ground. So I thought we helped him in some regards. I think we changed our approaches a little bit later and started hunting fastball more. And I think once we started laying off that off speed and it was being a ball and not a swing for a strike, I think that put Brian in a little tougher situation where he had to go to his fastball maybe more than he wanted. And once you become one-dimensional as a pitcher, I mean, it's not uncommon for hitters to take advantage of that. So once we started laying off the pitches that were out of the zone, we started scoring more runs.
Got a 5-out save from DeMarc, and last weekend you had a 4-out save from him. Do you want to avoid more of those going forward and have him just get the 3 outs? That said, he's done tremendous in those situations.
Well, 3 outs would be good. that would be a good way to go. That's kind of the way we'd like it to happen. But I know he can induce some ground balls, and Tyrell just was a little bit off last night. And the double play to only throw 2 pitches in the 8th inning was, I think, the biggest thing. 2 pitches for 2 outs, because then that allowed him to go out there for the 9th inning, not under the normal routine circumstances, but at least he didn't have to throw 15 pitches to get out of the 8th inning and then go out there for the 9th where he might throw another 15 to 20. So I thought that was really important. And Mike has a lot of confidence, and we have confidence in him too. So I'm not surprised that he's able to do the job there. He doesn't get rattled, and that's the sign of a guy that can pitch at the back end of the game. That extra pressure really doesn't bother him, and he proved that last night.
Well, today we'll see the debut of Micah Owings. How long might he be able to go? And also, obviously a big league veteran, what kind of pitcher do you think Revs fans are going to see with their first look at him?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to put expectations really high because this is the first time that he's going to face live hitters in a while. So I think he's going to have an adrenaline rush that he's going to have to probably try to control. But he is a veteran type guy, so he'll be used to that in some regard. But it's still different when you're out there. Now you're competing. It's for real. You're seeing hitters for the first time. So we know we're going to be in our bullpen a lot today, because if he can give me 50 pitches in game situations, I think that would probably be pretty good. And then from there, we're going to get a lot of guys in that we haven't seen a lot of lately, just because I need to know what we have here overall, instead of relying on maybe the same 3-4 guys all the time.
How has Micah looked to you in side sessions?
Well, he threw live off the mound in New Britain. Our hitters really weren't swinging. They were just kind of tracking. So I think he was a little tentative on the first couple, and then he kind of started letting it go. Fletch has told me the last couple of side sessions have been a lot better. So now it's just a question of stepping across the white line and taking it into the game. So, but like I said, we know we're going to see, conservatively, I'm going to say 5 relievers today, conservatively. And that's a good thing for me too, because some of these guys haven't pitched. They need to pitch. I need to see what they can do, and they're going to have to step up. So it's going to be a staff day for us today.
All right, Mace. Thanks a lot. Good luck.
Thank you.
Mark Mason, manager of the York Revolution, giving pretty much a hard pitch count for Micah Owings today in his first start in over a year, about 50 pitches, and then 5 or 6 relievers, pretty much. So get your pens and your scorebook ready, folks. It's going to be a busy afternoon of writing in here. Let's take a look at the starting lineups before we get to the national anthem, see how much of that we can squeeze in. First, for the Sugarland Skeeters, this is Gary Gaetti's lineup in the getaway day today. Josh Prince leading off. He's the starting center fielder, back after a one-game sort of club-imposed suspension after getting ejected on Friday night. Jeff Dominguez, who did so well from the leadoff slot yesterday, bumped down to number 2. He's playing third base, his 4th position of the series. Delwyn Young is batting third. He's at second base. The cleanup man is Travis Scott over at first base for the first time this year. Andy LaRoche is DHing, batting 5th. Johan Lamanta in left field to bat 6th. Jeremy Barfield back in the lineup. He's batting 7th and playing right field. Rick Haig at short to bat 8th, and Wilfredo Rodriguez batting 9th and catching. They will try and put runs on the board for Sean Gallagher, the right-handed pitcher. And for the Revolution, it's pretty much the same lineup. Repko leading off in right field, Wilson at short, Perez DHing once again, Telvin Nash at first base, Guzman at third, Pounds at second, James Simmons in center field, Keith Castillo doing the catching today, and Michael Rocket in left field. And they will put those runs on the board for Micah Owings. And as they air the pre-game video, we will take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by York Mitsubishi. Just one game to tell you about. That starts at 2 o'clock between Lancaster and Somerset in Central PA along with us. The other 2 games in the Atlantic League today have been postponed. New Britain at Bridgeport rained out. That'll be pushed back to June 10th. And then in Long Island, the Ducks and the Blue Crabs are postponed, and they will make that up at a date to be determined. Here come the Revs on this gloomy Sunday afternoon. They are trotting out in their all-white uniforms with the tri-tone caps. White in the front, blue in the back, yellow brim with what looks to be the alternate logo on them. And here come the Little Leaguers. A swarm of them in black jerseys, at least 30 or 40 to join the Revolution players in their respective positions. And now we will turn it over to the public address system for our national anthem today. is our national anthem. Beautiful rendition on this Sunday afternoon, Family Sunday, across the Atlantic League, and the families that are braving the conditions are in for a treat. And now, as the Little Leaguers scamper off behind the first base dugout, here comes the big moment for the big man out of the mountains of Dahlonega, Georgia, Micah Owings, 33 years old, making his first start in organized baseball since 2014, when he was a member of the Jacksonville Suns, the AA Marlins affiliate in the Southern League. As Owings digs in, a big man. You can see him from space at 6'5" and 220. He takes his warm-up tosses to his battery mate, Castillo today. Keith Castillo catching over Salvador Paniagua. Talvin Nash over at first base. Brian Pounds at second. Joel Guzman at third. Josh Wilson at short. The outfield left to right, Michael Rocket, James Simmons, and Jason Repko. And now as Owings prepares to face Prince Dominguez and Young in the Sugarland order to lead things off, here we turn it over to the voice of the York Revolution. Here's Daryl Henry.
All right, thank you very much, Will, and good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to a cool and damp and cloudy afternoon here at Peoples Bank Park. 55 degrees as Owings goes through his warm-ups. A big day, though, indeed, as we see the debut of Micah Owings, who joined the team during the week of spring training and did not get in any game action. He started the year inactive so that he could get built up on the side, but in there today, and the depth of potential starters with this team, he becomes the 7th different starter in 11 games played for the Revs here out of the gates this season. But a pitch count likely of about 50 today, and then a whole host of relievers that not only are available, but Mace wants to get in and wants to see them here this afternoon. It'll be Josh Prince leading things off for the Skeeters, who again are in the black tops with the charcoal pants. And our Dasher Investment Services first pitch today is taken down low. We are underway, a 1:05 start in this cloudy afternoon, but great to have Sunday afternoon baseball here. The pitch to Prince, it's a little bit high. 2-0 on Prince, who was ejected here 2 nights ago.
Well, it's just tradition, Daryl, to have Sunday afternoon baseball. Everybody coming out. Popular after-church activity if you are of the church-going variety. And even if you're not, it's just something good to do.
2-0, and a cutter in from Owings. It's a called strike. Prince hitting at 200. He does have 3 doubles among his hit total, and in this series, 2 for 10 with 2 of his 3 doubles, both in the home opener. Pitch is just outside. Our plate ump today is Tim McCaffrey. Ian Kelly at first, Eric Sulfero at third. Owings kind of snapping at the throwback from Castillo after either being squeezed or missing his spot. Fell behind 3-1. And into his windup, kicks and delivers. Oh, just missed, down and away. He looks off to the side, a little frustrated. It's a leadoff walk for Prince to begin things. Sugarland tied for the league lead in walks as an offense. That's their 45th. As a team, they lead the league in on-base percentage at .366 for you Moneyball fans. We'll bring on Jeff Dominguez, who had the big night last night. 2 homers, including 1 to start the game. And he is red hot coming in the first 10 contests. As Guzman creeps in from third, first pitch is in for a strike. Dominguez tied for 5th in the league in hitting at .375. His 3 home runs are tied with Talvin Nash for second, behind only Michael Snyder of Southern Maryland, who's hit 5. Tied for the league lead in runs batted in with 10. Here's the stretch. And the 0-1, and it misses down and in, glanced off Castillo's backhand attempt. It rolls to the backstop, and Prince will go to second base on what will be scored a pass ball. I believe it was slightly above the dirt, although Castillo did have to reach. So a man at second with nobody out. Dominguez in this series, 3 for 11 with the 2 home runs last night, has driven in 3 and scored 4. And we mentioned their walk totals individually, he's tied for the league lead in walks with 8, which puts him third in on base. He's third in slugging. Here's the 1-1, and that's just outside for ball 2. Micah Owings, when he came up with Arizona in 2007, made an immediate splash. He was a big part of an NL West Division championship team. Ended up going 8-8 that rookie year.
Went all the way to the NLCS, falling to that Rocktober Colorado Rockies bunch.
Slider breaks down and in, 3 balls and a strike. He was tied for 5th among major league rookies in quality starts, strikeouts, and innings. Maybe what he was best remembered for, though, was one night at the plate during that rookie season in Atlanta. As good as he was on the mound, as he deals and Dominguez fouls it back. August 18th of his rookie year at Turner Field, 4 for 5 with a double, 2 home runs. He drove in 6, scored 4, setting club records across the board for a pitcher. He was the first pitcher in baseball with 6 or more RBIs in a game since Robert Person of the Phillies had 7 June of 2002 against Montreal. Here's a swing and a pop-up foul straight back. Castillo watches it. I was at that game at Veterans Stadium. Robert Person hit a grand slam and a 3-run homer. It was like an 18-5 win or something like that.
By the way, Darryl, we did get a scoring change from Brian, our stat man. They are going to rule out a wild pitch on Owings instead of a pass ball by Castillo.
Well, Prince at second base on that. A full count on Dominguez. Owings looking for his first out. Fires home and a swing and a fly ball to left. Rocket freezes to read it. Hardly has to move and makes the catch. 1 away. Just after 1, we'll pause for station identification here on Revolution Radio.
First in York, first in sports. Your only local sports station. The new Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, York, Pennsylvania.
1 away, and Delwyn Young coming up. Darrell Henry along with Will DeBoer this afternoon, just underway here from Peoples Bank Park. And Young, the switch hitter, bats left. Owings the pitch. It is taken down low. Young hitting at 179 coming in. He's 1 for 6 in this series. But in Sugarland's short history, he's been one of their all-timers as they enter their 5th season here this year. The 1-0 and a fastball low. Owings has been consistently low when he's missed. He's got a really short arm action, stays compact for being as big of a fellow as he is. Now the stretch at the belt. Here's the 2-0 and a high pop-up. Talvin Nash at first with the face mask on again today. And over by the coach's box in foul ground, he makes the catch.
It took me 4 or 5 tries to get him to take the face mask off in order to interview him last night.
Well, it's a good look. He pulls it off. We'll bring on Travis Scott. Owings trying to strand Prince, who had reached second before there was 1 out. And he stands there with 2 away. Scott hitting at .318 with a home run and 4 driven in. That was his walk-off grand slam in the 10th against Lancaster on Wednesday night. 3 for 8 with a double in this visit to York. And Owings the pitch. Fastball right there. It's a called strike.
Owings, at some point, we'll see Lancaster in the Atlantic League this season. He began his professional career in Lancaster, the other one, the Lancaster Jethawks of the California League, Advanced Day Diamondbacks affiliate. After a fine debut there in 2005, he was named the 9th best prospect in the organization by Baseball America.
He was All-American in college at Georgia Tech and then Tulane. As he backdoors a slider, got a strike call on Scott. It's 0-2. I know Fletch was saying when he was a scout for the Padres, he wanted to sign him out of high school. Owings ended up having one of the all-time great college careers, and then a 3rd-round pick of Arizona in 2005. Here's the stretch and the 0-2. And a swing and a miss off the glove of Castillo, and he slips behind the plate from a knee. He makes the throw to first, and the inning's over. And Castillo, going back after it, inadvertently ran into Tim McCaffrey, but able to juke him and get back toward the logo behind home plate. He slipped, but made a great recovery from one knee. The throw right on the money. Owings leaves Prince at second. He was there with no outs. And at the end of a half inning, it's the Skeeters nothing and the Revs coming up.
Hey, sports fans, great news. Now you can listen to Sports Radio 1350 anywhere with the new WOYK mobile apps. Stranded in Siberia? No problem. Kidnapped by wolves? It's not as bad as you may think. Wherever you are, WOYK is with you on the brand new mobile apps. York's only local sports station just went mobile and global. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
The War of the Roses is the grittiest Revolution battle since Bunker Hill, and in 2016, it's bigger than ever. Sponsored by PNC Bank, the 20-game series between York and Lancaster now has unique on-field hats that will be worn exclusively during these contests. Pick up the ticket plan that nets you all 10 home games against the Barnstormers and receive a replica of the York War of the Roses hat. Be on site each and every time the Revs take on their Cross River rivals. Enlist today at 801-HITS or in person at the Apple Chevrolet ticket office.
What's up, y'all? This is the Dan Patrick Show.
And you're listening to the best.
Okay. Mattingly and the Dodgers realized it wasn't working out. Nobody wants to say somebody was fired. Nobody wants to say somebody was resigned. Now, I know it's semantics here. Mattingly's gone and the Dodgers move on. I do think it's best for both because I think with new management, they want their guy. They want a sabermetrics, an analytics guy. Mattingly was not that guy.
Dan Patrick.
Don't be a hater.
Mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Scoreless top of the first for Micah Owings as Jason Repko will get things started. Facing right-hander Sean Gallagher for Sugarland. 1-1 coming in. His first pitch of the day is just outside. Repko at .318 and the league's longest hitting streak now as he swings and foul tips one to the backstop. A 10-gamer to start the year. Jeff Coburnis tailed off last night. His was snapped at 9 for Lancaster. And the 1-1 and a fastball strike called on the outer black. Repko fourth in the league in total hits with 14. And the pitch is swung on, dribbled toward the middle. Haig to his left from short. Fields cleanly and throws it away. Off the front of the York dugout. It'll be a throwing error on Haig. Repko would have made it close, but a play that Haig should have made. And perhaps the ball a bit slick after going through the grass. It rained all throughout the morning, hard early. And maybe mildly surprising that we get this game started on time, but we're thankful for that. Shout out to Joe Morgan and his grounds crew. And here is Josh Wilson hitting at .238, clubbed his second home run last night. Solo shot, one of the 4. Pitch from Gallagher is hit high in the air, but he got under this one. Medium right center, sounded awfully good, and Prince from center is over to make the catch. From our vantage point, right in front of Wilson's eyes, lurking on that LED board. It's a funny look from here, and Wilson, I think, just missed that one. One down, Andres Perez to the plate. Gallagher 1-1 coming in, the ERA 2.79. 9 2/3 innings, 11 hits, 7 runs, only 3 earned, 4 walks, 3 Ks. Opponents hitting .289. He has given up 1 home run. Former big leaguer with 4 different teams. Pitch to Dre is just a hair high. 1-0 on Perez, who comes in at .219.
That ball that Wilson hit, Darryl, that was the best sound that we had all afternoon. Those first couple of outs for Sugarland just sounded like casual puzz.
Here's the 1-0 and a called strike on the outside corner. Yeah, it sounded flush.
It's going to be a hard day to get anything out of here with as saturated as the air is this afternoon.
Just a slight breeze right to left. On the stretch, and the 1-1 breaking ball, swinging a foul tip squeezed. 1-2 on Perez. The Revs at home, and Perez 2 for 10 here. But the team, after hitting .212 on the road, 2 runs per game and 2 total homers, right now averaging 7.7 runs at home. Here's the stretch and the pitch, and a called third strike. Bit of a delayed call, it was away, but Perez is rung up for out number 2. Here at home, they're hitting .308 with 5 homers, including 4 last night, which matched their season high from all of last season as well. Here's Talvin Nash, who blasted 1 of the 4. In fact, the first of the 4. Hitting at just .139, but 3 homers, tied for second in the league. And he swings here, foul-tipped one off the face mask of Rodriguez. Let's see the face mask rattle against the helmet. Repko at first with 2 outs, no score here in the first inning. In this cloudy and damp afternoon. Coming up later today, 4:20, Hershey Bears hockey, Game 5, the decisive first-round game against Portland, as Gallagher throws over to first. Nash 3 for 13 in this series, but he's got 2 of his 3 homers, 4 of his 6 runs driven in. Has now hit 9 homers his last 14 games here. And the pitch from Gallagher, a breaking ball, sails down and away, 2-1.
And that's why he's still batting cleanup. With a batting average as low as 139, you think Mace would be tempted to drop him a bit lower, but you never know when he's going to hit a home run because he has so often. You've got to keep a guy like that batting cleanup.
I'm sorry, 1-1. Here's the pitch to him, and a swing and a miss. Fastball up but away, 1-2. He is tied for the league lead with 8 walks. And last season, he really was, and he'll get there again, but last year he was a complete threat. He ended up batting .270 in his 64 games with York.
14 doubles, 13 home runs.
Next one is up high, a fastball up around the letters, 2-2. On-base percentage last year would have ranked second in the league with enough plate appearances to qualify. Now Gallagher ready. Repko the lead from first. They set up away, the 2-2, and a high pop-up toward the York dugout. Travis Scott at first base today approaching. Reaches in, and it lands by our bat boy down near the bat rack. He grabbed his chair, went for cover to avoid being in the way on the field of play, and then he ended up almost getting beamed for that great effort. Landed right where he had vacated to.
That's a real-life Bugs Bunny cartoon situation we've got there.
Sure wasn't quite as amusing for him, but now Gallagher set. And another 2-2 breaking ball outside. Now Nash works it full, and Repko will have the head start from first. Scoreless here in the first inning. Gallagher's pitch for the Cubs, A's, Padres, and Pirates. Parts of 4 years in the big leagues, 10-10, ERA around 5.5. He deals, and a foul back into the net. 91 big league appearances, 23 starts. He began his season with a win against Bridgeport on opening night. Opening night starter for them, 5 scoreless, 3 hits, but Lancaster got to him in a 9-4 loss 5 days later, and 5 days ago. He's ready. Another 3-2, and Nash leaves it up. Good eye. Ball 4. League-leading 9th walk, and the inning continues. And for a power hitter to see it up, I'm sure it looks enticing, but Great discipline there. And the inning continues for Joel Guzman.
You're talking about a man who's having a good series. You're going to talk about Joel Guzman. 6 for 12 with a double, a home run, 5 RBIs, and 5 runs scored. That's a pretty good weekend of work right there.
And Joel has found his fortress of solitude here at Peoples Bank Park.
Kind of hard when there's 3,000 people here at night. Hey, get out of here, you people. This is my fortress of solitude.
Maybe just his batter's box. It's hitting at 282 now with a home run, 6 driven in. And he swings first pitch and fouls it back. And out of play. He's feasted here. A 2-run hit in the home opener. 4 for 4 the following night. And then cranked out one of the 4 home runs last night. A liner that soared over the newspaper in left field. It may have landed next to somebody else's real newspaper on the front porch. 0-1, and he swings and skies a foul, out of play, off to the right. So Gallagher's got the jump on him here. Gallagher last year with Sugarland, 4-6, a 3.25 ERA. He's a 12th round pick of the Cubs in 04. 31-year-old from Boston, 6'2", 220. Now into his stretch. 2 on, 2 out, the 0-2. Oh, a delayed, what was that? A very delayed ring up of Guzman, and he's called out on strikes, and he stands there and wants to know as well. That was a very strange, non-demonstrative call that left us all wondering for about 2 seconds until the arm finally went back. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 2 left. We go to the second, no score.
Broadway transmission? I don't know how they do it.
We've been in business for 60 years at the same location.
I don't know how they do it.
It's our long-term nationwide warranties.
Oh, and don't forget our online appointment scheduling.
I still don't know how they do it.
They toted my van at no cost with my repair.
It's our ATRA certified technicians. Don't forget the good-looking genius in the office.
Come on, man. I know they helped me with financing. Still, with my bad credit, I don't know how they do it.
I did my research and felt comfortable that Broadway is a AAA approved specialty repair shop. I showed my AAA card and saved some hard-earned cash.
I was happy to get a $100 rebate in the mail after the job was done.
I sure don't know how they do it, but I do know they get it done, and they get it done right.
Broadway Transmission. We'll get your shift together and back on the road fast. Check us out on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
What if I told you your family of 4 could have an all-inclusive outing for only $55? The York Revolution are telling you that right now. The Family Fun Pack includes 4 flexible ticket vouchers to be used whenever you'd like, 4 food vouchers for hot dogs, chips, and drinks, 2 playground wristbands, and a parking pass. Again, $55. Have more than 4 in your family? Additional tickets and food vouchers are only $10. Buy online at YorkRevolution.com, over the phone at 801-HITS, or in person at the Apple Chevrolet ticket office.
All about local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
No score as we head to the second. Each starting pitcher stranding a runner at second base in that first inning. And Micah Owings will go to work against Andy LaRoche, who will DH for the Skeeters today. As Owings turns and winds, fires home. First pitch of the inning is a slider for a strike.
LaRoche had the day off yesterday. The last game he played was Friday when he went 1 for 4.
Next one is on the outside corner. That's a called strike. He's 4 for 16 at the plate overall, hitting at 250. Big league veteran like his brother Adam. The pitch is high and wide for a ball.
And Andy's nephew got thrust into the spotlight during spring training when Adam retired because they wouldn't let him in the White Sox clubhouse.
Slider breaks way out, 2-2. That dominated headlines for a couple of days.
It dominated the program on WOYK, too. Patrick, Eisenkauer, they wouldn't stop talking about it. No matter how much I said, stop talking about it.
There's a swing and a fly ball, left center. Rocket coming on from left field, and he'll put it away. LaRoche hit it off the end of the bat. And Owings sets down the leadoff man here in the second. On our Wellspan Sports Medicine injury report, Skeeters with Tyson Gillies day-to-day with a shoulder injury. Jerry Sullivan, one of their pitchers, is on the DL. Revs the other night pulled Mariel Checo from the game with some stiffness, but they say he's fine. On our Wellspan Sports Medicine injury report, here's Johan Lamonte, who got jammed and punches a ground foul down the line at first. Lamonte hitting at .320 with a home run. He's tied for fourth in the league with 8 RBIs, and here in this visit to York, just 2 for 12 with 4 Ks, but a home run and 5 of his 8 driven in. There's the wind from Owings and the pitch, and that missed a little bit low. We mentioned Owings, the role that he played as a rookie on an NL West champ club. He did it again in 2011 as he deals and misses down low. Part of an NL West championship team again. He went 8-0 for the Diamondbacks in 2011. Pitched in the postseason for them against Milwaukee.
Picked up the win in Game 4 of that series.
Here's a ground ball, first base. Nash gobbles it up. He'll call off Owings and take it himself. So 2 up, 2 down. Here in the second inning, no score here early on today.
I'll always remember that series, Darryl. It was when Milwaukee walked it off in the 5th game when Niger Morgan hit the bases up the middle and then caused TBS's broadcast studio to sweat bullets when he went on and said some things you can't say on television out of pure joy.
Here's Jeremy Barfield, and he takes a little low. Yes, he sure did.
I love guys like that who they're so unpredictable. You know, they're not like standard ball players who have your prepackaged answer.
Slider catches the outside corner, a called strike.
Niger Morgan was one of a kind, and he had a one-of-a-kind response. Interrupting one interview, wheeling around the field, Sam Ryan finally catches him, sticks the microphone. Yeah!
This one just missed away, 2-1.
And there was a word that we can't repeat on terrestrial radio that he also put before, yeah.
Well, he was happy, you know.
Yeah.
A moment of glee. Time called right as Owings was about to start. Barfield at 276. He's back in there today after having the night off last night. Gary Gaetti has a small army on the bench. As Barfield swings and misses, he tried to absolutely destroy it. A slider and a high uppercut and a painful-looking finish. Owings gets the whiff. It's 2-2. Big whip on the one-hand finish up high. Now the 2-2 pitch. Swings and fouls it back over the roof. Barfield 1 for 6 with a double here in York this week. Both teams 5-5 coming in. Sugarland 4-3 on their opening homestand. York 3-4 on the opening trip. Pitch here is drilled left field, headed for the wall and off the Wellspan sign, and Barfield will just pull in lazily at first. He knew it was a single all the way. That thing absolutely tagged and smacked about halfway up the arch nemesis in a jiffy, so no chance to try anything more than a single. Rocket gets it back in quickly. Fortunately, that wasn't higher, and that's one of those that the wall taketh away. Owings is grateful for that. Here's Rick Haig, and a slider bends in for a strike. Haig hit one of Sugarland's 3 home runs last night, a combined 7 in the game. That was his first of the year and first ribby. He's hitting at 240 and 2 for 9, and York shows a bunt, tries to bunt his way on with 2 outs. It's right back to Owings. He'll take his time and make the good throw to first. Haig unable to direct it either way, right back to the pitcher. And it's no runs on 1 hit and 1 left. We've played 1.5 here this afternoon. The Revs nothing and the Skeeters nothing.
It's the angles, the ball skills, the corner kicks. It's knowing how to shield a defender off the ball. It's knowing how to make a wall pass. It's knowing how to curl the ball, how to chip it, how to trap it, how to launch it, how to finish it. It's soccer, and nobody knows that better than Flying Feet sports shoes. Flying Feet. Suit up for soccer at Flying Feet, where players new to the game find everything they need, and collegiate-level players find all that and more. Soccer shoes for men, women, and children from the names that know the game. Adidas, Diadora, Lotto, and Nike. Players choose Flying Feet to get the right shoe at the right price. Plus a huge selection of soccer socks, soccer shorts, shin guards, and sports bags. Even referees get the nod at Flying Feet, where refs come for all their gear. Individual players, entire teams, if it's soccer, it's Flying Feet sports shoes. The sportswear specialty store without specialty store prices. Flying Feet. 1511 Mount Rose Avenue, just off exit 18 of I-83, next to Battery Warehouse.
Hi, this is Tom Dasher, President of Tom Dasher Investment Services. I specialize in retirement planning and strategies to meet individual personal goals. Whether you are looking for wealth accumulation or to maximize your retirement income. Oh, heck, this is sounding just like another commercial. Hey, listen, it's this simple. We use risk-free investment vehicles, whether you are looking to still build wealth accumulation or you want retirement income or a combination of both. It is all about getting your money parked in the place that will benefit you the most. If you want to do that, call me. My office number is 246-3879, or my mobile is 487-2096, or contact me at my new website at tomdasher.com.
For local sports on your smartphone, search WOIK at the App Store.
Oh, it's a party now. No score as we go to the bottom of the second, and Brian Pounds will get things started. Gallagher's first pitch of the inning is over the outside part of the plate for a strike. Pounds hitting at 211. 4 for 12 here this weekend. 2 doubles and all 4 of his RBIs for the year. As Gallagher, a delayed strike call away, and that causes a look back from Brian. And a discussion from the kind Revs infielder who doesn't normally make too big of a stink, but he didn't like that. The wind and the 0-2. And a slider breaks down and away. At this rate, he might be taking a number here today. Gallagher catching that throw back on a snow cone. He had to reach high for it. Deals, and Pounds checks, appeal. He did lay off on a pitch low and outside, 2-2. Pounds, Simmons, and Castillo here in the second inning with no score.
Pounds braving the weather. Another Texas guy from Houston, but he's got none of the long sleeves on.
Swings and fouls one back and out of play. The same cannot be said for those of us in the booth. 3 layers today for me. Haven't checked your layers, Will. Nor would I. Would just ask you.
I appreciate you not checking, but yeah, 3 for me.
There's a swing and a foul back upstairs.
Of course, Pounds has become sort of an adopted northern son. He's played in the Tigers system. Most of them are up north. Oneonta, New York, Grand Rapids, Michigan, Lakeland, Erie, Toledo.
There's a fastball high, a full count.
And then beyond the Tiger system, Lincoln, Nebraska, Sioux City, Iowa, and then Camden, New Jersey. So you look at that, the only time he's played anywhere near where he was born, Gulf Coast League.
Pitch up high and he walks. Gallagher loses him to the base on balls. A leadoff walk to begin the second inning.
And he's a northern baseball player by now. And he's going to walk there and get himself warm just by jumping on and off the bases as he'll be on base and try and get things going with James Simmons at the plate.
Little movement can help on this day. Here's Simmons, who's hitting .263 and launched his first home run of the year last night. Revs have Daniel Carrera up in the bullpen. It might be 2 innings for Owings as Simmons takes a big cut. Foul tipped one off Rodriguez's mid. Simmons 3 for 12, a double, a homer, and 2 of his 4 runs driven in here at home. Or as we said, the Revs are batting at .308 through their first 3 home games here. Pounds a lead from first, Scott holding him. And a turn and a throw over from Gallagher.
Jimmy L batting .263 on the young season, but he's waved and whiffed quite a bit, tied for the league lead in strikeouts with 14. Matt Fields' summer set the other one at the 14 strikeout mark.
On the 0-1, and just outside, good eye. And last couple of days, he's cut down on that. I think starting to see the ball better now that he's here in the home digs. Yesterday, they finally had a chance to take batting practice. 1-1. Swing, and he taps it softly towards short, and it's fielded by Haig. A long throw, not in time. Simmons beats it. Dominguez was about to cut it off from third and then shied away. And Haig was caught flat-footed, a little miscommunication, a hesitation as a result, and that's all Simmons needed to beat it. It'll be an infield hit with the wheels, and it's first and second with nobody out for Keith Castillo.
One of those times, Darryl, where you're actually all right that you didn't hit the ball right on the screws. If he does, it's 6-4-3 and it's 2 outs on the board. But he hit it off the end of the bat, and now he's got himself an infield single.
Now here's Castillo. Corners come in. He'll bat from the left. First pitch, he's not bunting. He launches it high in the air toward the line in left. Fading foul. Lamonta giving chase, and it lands on the hut down in the Arch Street Eats in left field, overlooking the Sugarland bullpen.
That's the beer hut right there. A place that doesn't have any windows yet. So you got that front window here where they sell beer, and you turn around and nothing quite there yet. I'm sure it's nice though right now because all the heat gets trapped in there.
Heat and hops. Here's the 0-1, and it misses down and away. Castillo 4 for 10. Went 3 for 4 in his first home start Friday night with a double and a ribby.
Heat and hops. Combination sauna and brewery.
Now Gallagher deals, and that's just outside, 2-1.
Remind me to copyright that with the Trademark Commission there. We can open up our own stand.
Where was I when we were naming that thing?
Probably Somerset.
2-1. And a swing and a high fly ball toward the corner and left. Lamonta giving chase. It carries, and it's off the base of the wall. And sending Pounds around third. It's cut off. No relay. Revs score first today. 1-0. Keith Castillo stays hot. A ball that carried, and Lamonta went up and couldn't bring it down. It hits the base of the arch nemesis. It's a wall ball RBI single. He's now 4 for 5 here at Peoples Bank Park, and it's 1-0 York.
Oh, they had the shift on Castillo, expecting him to pull. That's 2 opposite field shots. One of them in foul ground, one of them just below the Powerball sign, and that's how the Revs score their first run.
Here's Michael Rocket. Simmons stayed at second. Rocket bunts now, and a little bit past Gallagher. He chases, throw to first, got him. Great play. It looked like it was going to get past Gallagher, who took a peek to see where Dominguez was from third. Dominguez stayed at third base to cover. So Gallagher then realized that was all him, and he had to backtrack a bit. And then rushing the throw, it was low, but Delwyn Young, a great pick. And they do get the speedy Rocket, but the sacrifice is good. Young covering from second. It's a 1-4 out. Second and third, and they'll bring the infield in for Jason Repko. Repko reached on an error in the first inning. 1-0 York. Revs trying to break through with multiple runs. And the pitch to Repko. He swings and loops it. Left center and shallow. Prince fakes the catch, and it's down for a hit. Simmons scores. It's 2-0. The throw way up the third base line. Repko went halfway. He'll waltz back to an uncovered first base. But it's 2-0. It's a season-opening 11-game hitting streak for Rep. On a bloop base hit in left center. Castillo to third. And the rally continues for Josh Wilson.
Well, Prince was faking the catch on that one, but Simmons was having none of it. He was a quarter of the way to the plate by the time that thing dropped. Prince is going to have to go back to college and get some acting lessons there.
Here's Wilson, who flew out his first time, first and third, and he swings and fouls it back, out of play. 2-0 the lead now here early. That's Repko's 6th run batted in. A walk, an infield hit, a long single, a sac bunt, a bloop single. Some small ball for the Revs this inning after all the long ball last night. Pitch to Wilson is driven the other way in right center. Barfield back. And this will settle medium deep in the gap. Catch is made, but Castillo will tag, and he'll trot home. Sac fly for Josh Wilson, who picks up his 3rd run batted in, and a 3-run second inning for the Revs, who hang the field goal. It's 3-0 York.
Well, that's been the story of the weekend, Darryl. The crooked numbers. All 3 innings the Revolution scored in yesterday were multiple runs. You had the 2 spot and the 6 spot in the 4th and the 5th innings on Friday, and then you had 2 in the 1st, 4 in the 3rd on Thursday. The only time they put up the single run was the 2nd inning on Friday.
Here's Andres Perez, and he takes upstairs. This all started with the leadoff walk, and then not to mention the infield hit on the misplay. Revs have taken advantage big time. On the stretch, the 1-0, and a breaking ball hovers high. Perez a strikeout victim in the first. Repko is still on at first base with 2 outs, and he has been a tremendous leadoff man for this team the first 11 games, on base all the time. Here's the stretch, the 2-0, and a swing and a foul ball back into the White Rose Hall seats. 2-1. Our Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care home run contest today, by the way. Randy Knobb will be our contestant. Good luck, Randy. If a Revs batter goes yard, have a prize pack with your name on it. If they don't, we've only written your name in pencil, so we can change that easily. So no worries. Here's the stretch from Gallagher. And the 2-1. Foul tip, straight back to the backstop. Good rip from Dre. It's 2-2. 3-0 the lead here in the second inning. 6, 7, and 8 reaching to start the inning, and all 3 in a row scoring. Up and down the order, 1 through 9. This team can, any of them can burn you. Stretch from Gallagher. Repko the lead. Here's the 2-2. And it misses down in the dirt. Rodriguez a backhand pick, a full count, and now anything in the gap, Repko will have the head start.
And he'll get there too. This is the man you want on first base to start running with a full count. Averaged about 20 stolen bases a season since he started his professional career back in 1999.
3-2. And a swing and a high fly ball in center. Prince coming in on this one. He'll get to it in shallow left center and makes the one-hand grab to end the inning. But the Revs strike for 3, the first 3 of the game today, on 3 hits and 1 runner left. Daniel Carrera is coming in to make his home debut. So 2 scoreless for Owings in his debut, and it's on to the third. 3-0 York.
The more we help the ones in need, the more progress our community will make.
By focusing on quality education, income opportunities, and basic health care,
all of York County can have access to the building blocks of a good quality of life.
Together we can load the bases for our community
and hit a home run.
Give generously to the 2016 United Way Community Fund.
Find out more and give now at unitedway-york.org.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Need some fun with your food? Where else but Friendly's? Stop by Friendly's at 423 Laux Road in York for great deals like 50% off breakfast Monday to Friday from 7 to 11 a.m. or one of our 5 lunch and dinner meals for $5.55, including the quarter-pound cheeseburger. Stop by after the game with your Revs game ticket and save 15%. Friendly's has got you covered with great deals all day long. Friendly's, life with extra sprinkles.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Top of the third, a 3-0 lead for the Revs as the bullpen will go the rest of the day. Micah Owings 2 scoreless, 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 K. In his first mound appearance since 2014. And Daniel Corella is on a pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Mace conservatively estimated that we'd see 5 relievers today. And with it being the third inning, we may see more than that. Wilfredo Rodriguez will lead off. He is the K-man, and Corella out of the stretch. Castillo squats as low as he can, and Corella's first pitch is a tad low for ball 1. Rodriguez 3 for 12 at the plate, has alternated catching duties with Travis Scott in this series. Scott at first base today. A 1-0 pitch. Oh, lined off Corella. Ricochets to short. Wilson sidearms to first. There's one away. It looked like it got him near the right hip. He went down trying to dive out of the way, and perhaps it knocked him to the ground with how hard it hit. And he's up to his feet, walking behind the mound. It did get, I hope, a fairly muscular area toward the upper thigh, but it's still going to sting, and Chong is out there to make sure all is okay.
It looks like Denny's all smiles right now.
Whew. My goodness. Tough way to pick up an official assist on the fielding stats, but he'll get credit for one. He ought to at least get credit for that.
Correll's a New York native. He's tough. He's taken worse than that.
Well, that's out number 1. Tough way to earn it. Here's Josh Prince back at the top of the order. Prince started the game with a walk and moved to second on a wild pitch before any outs were made, but Owings retired the next 3 in the first. First pitch this time is a called strike. Fastball at 93 on the outside corner. Corella, much like Alsip, is known for his cannon of an arm. And the trick is still a fairly young guy, harnessing that and the command and helping him develop further as he misses up and in on Prince. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Well, he's in the prime of his career right now, 28 years old. This fastball is as fast as it's going to be. A couple of years ago, he was clocked at throwing 100 miles an hour, and that caught the attention of the Braves organization. They signed him and sent him to the Lynchburg Hillcats of the Carolina League.
Now ready, comes set at the belt, and the 1-1 swing and a foul tip right behind Castillo, and may have gotten Tim McCaffrey on the feet. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Kyle West, the broadcaster there in Lynchburg, nice guy. Met him in Nashville this winter.
Did you two break bread?
Well, there might have been crackers, but no bread.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Prince. A long look in from Corella. He's got the one he wants. And pumps it home, and a fastball fouled into the net. That one at 95. Prince able to catch up to it and foul it off.
That's as fast as the pitches we've seen here at Peoples Bank Park this weekend. 95 miles an hour.
Corella threw the ball well the other night at Somerset, but took the 11th inning loss in his Revs debut. And once they had base runners, it was a wild pitch that ended it. As he deals in a swing and a miss, got Prince on a slider. Corella goes 2 up, 2 down. He may have a bruise, but comes back and strikes out the next hitter.
That's especially tough in this league. You've got a slider that's moving pretty fast in the mid-80s, and you mix that in with a mid-90s fastball. He's going to be pretty tough to hit if he can get his accuracy down.
Here's Jeff Dominguez, who flew to left field in the first. As Corella nods yes to Castillo, and his first pitch is taken low. In his debut Wednesday night, struck out the first hitter he faced, but then made maybe one mistake that was hit up the middle for a base hit, then a couple of steals is what sent up the winning run. There's a swing and a cue foul over toward Delwyn Young, who's on deck. 1 ball and 1 strike. Corella looking to put that behind him here today, and he's retired his first 2 here in the third. A 3-0 Revs lead. 3 runs in the second.
This will be the toughest out for him to get, though. Jeff Dominguez, he of the first 2 home run game against the Revolution this season.
On the 1-1. Fastball right down the middle for a strike, and that one looked like it had some late movement, too. Good luck with that.
At 91.
Maybe took a little off, but added some movement. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bases empty, 2 outs. Playing Dominguez straight up. And Corella always from the stretch. The big right-hander fires and misses high and away. A changeup there. 2-2.
Well, Darryl, you're a former ball player. I don't know how much pitching you did in your playing days, but...
yeah, I threw some batting practice during games for opposing teams to hit.
Now here's a question for you. Would you rather have the straight 95-mile-an-hour fastball, or would you rather have it at 88, 89 with just some wicked movement?
I'd take the latter. Pitch here is swung on and missed. Got him on a slider, and a 1-2-3 inning with 2 Ks for Corella. Nicely done in his home debut. That said, I would love to know what it's like to throw 95. Bottom of the third inning, 3-0, the Revs in front.
An invasive pest that's already killed millions of ash trees is bearing down on our communities. The emerald ash borer, or EAB, means certain death for every ash tree it infects. The good news is that you can protect your property's ash trees with help from Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. Our EAB prevention methods are effective, environmentally safe, and less costly than removing your dead tree, which is the only alternative to prevention. Learn more at heritagelawnandlandscape.com.
Wednesdays are the worst. I've got to get the kids to school in time, to get to work, then it's just one long day of meetings. But hey, at least I don't have to worry about making dinner.
Kids eat free with People's Bank. Save money at every Wednesday home game.
So now when the Revs are in town, I just pull into a People's Bank, pick up that week's coupon, and dinner is done. Revolution Wednesdays? Awesome. Revolution!
Thanks to People's Bank, kids eat free at every Wednesday home game. No need to be a People's Bank customer. Just pick up your coupon at any People's Bank branch and do dinner at People's Bank Park. 1 coupon per child per game.
Current school not meeting your child's unique needs? Check out family-centered public cyberschooling from Commonwealth Charter Academy. CCA students attend virtual classes led by Pennsylvania certified teachers, and enrollment is open year-round with no waiting list. For open house dates in your area, visit ccaeducate.me or call toll-free 1-844-590-2864. That's 1-844-590-2864.
York Sports on your mobile device or online at WOYK1350.com.
Nothing to lead for the Revs as we head to the home third. Talvin Nash to lead things off. Middle third of the order, Nash, Guzman, and Pounds. Nash working a first inning walk. And Gallagher's first pitch here is a high strike call on Nash to begin the inning. Gallagher at 45 pitches through 2. And the 0-1 to Nash, swing and a towering pop-up straight above the mound with Gallagher pointing. Actually a bit behind it, the shortstop Haig on the edge of the infield grass makes the play. When it went straight up, it looked like it was right above Gallagher, but it was over towards short, and he played traffic cop. 1 down.
Sky-high balls like that, the Skeeters struggled so much on 2 nights ago. 4 errors in that Friday night loss. 2 of them by the man behind the plate, and that was just balls that got up and into the mist.
Here's Joel Guzman as Gallagher misses away. Thanks to that 4-error game, they've made the most errors in the league at 11. Actually 12, 1 today. There's a fastball away off the glove of Rodriguez into the backstop, 2-0.
8 of them in this series.
Sugarland a few years back, if they made 1 error, it was a major upset as Guzman pops this one up at short. Haig tiptoes forward, middle of the dirt, and squeezes another one. 2 up, 2 down on pop-ups to short. And Brian Pounds to the plate quickly with 2 outs.
Pounds got that rally going in the bottom of the second. A leadoff 8-pitch walk, eventually coming in on Keith Castillo's hit off of the arch nemesis.
Got the whole thing moving. And Gallagher's first pitch is over for a strike. Yeah, a couple years back, Sugarland had just airtight pitching and defense. And they had a 90-plus win season. Here's a curveball that bends in for a called strike 2. Set a league record for wins in a year back in 2013. And then Somerset broke that mark. 0-2 pitch, and a swing and a pop foul out of play. First base side. And that lands on the roof, out bordering the train tracks. Looks like multiple innings from Corella, no activity in the pen. The 0-2, and a curveball pulled, diving stop at third. Dominguez to his feet, and he fires to first. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. He robs Pounds, diving left, and taking away the hole on the left side of the infield. A 1-2-3 third for Gallagher to bounce back. We'll head to the 4th. Will DeBoer with the call. Revs lead the Skeeters 3-0.
Smith, Mayer & Little is a holistic wealth management group with one product, advice. We aim to simplify our clients' lives, help them retire comfortably, and build lasting legacies for their families and the causes they care about. Our purpose is simple, to make a meaningful difference in the lives of our clients, our community, and the world in which we live with the advice we provide. Smith, Mayer & Little, a wealth of knowledge about wealth. We make our living by making a difference. Visit us at financialjava.com.
Janney Montgomery Scott LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
Let's welcome back Gus, the second most famous groundhog in Pennsylvania.
Thanks, Glenn.
How was your birthday?
Great. We went to a Mexican restaurant. I played the maracas. It was a real blowout.
Speaking of which, tell us about the new blowout instant games from the Pennsylvania Lottery.
You can win $225 million in cash prizes. Sounds like my kind of party.
Thanks again, Gus.
Keep on scratching.
The Pennsylvania Lottery. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
Well, our commercial playing machine, aka my laptop, maybe needs rebooted. So with that, back to the 4th. How's that for an intro, Will? That was smooth, huh?
That's smooth like a criminal. Well,
it's all yours.
All right, thank you, Darryl. We've got Danny Corella back on the hill for his second inning of relief work. Leave the laptop alone, Darryl. It's cold out here. You think that we don't do well in the elements? How about a cold, hard piece of steel? Part of the order coming up against Karela in the top of the fourth. Young, Scott, and LaRoche as the Skeeters try and get on the comeback trail. York leading this one 3-0 after the first trio of frames. And here's Delwyn Young. Fouled out to first his first time up on one of those sky-high balls that forced Telvin Nash to look up, but his face is nice and protected from the elements here today. First pitch, fastball, outside corner, called strike one. We were talking a couple of breaks ago, Darrell, about pitches and movement, and you mentioned as we were going into commercial you'd rather have the pitch that was a little bit slower, but just with wicked movement.
Well, it better be located, too.
0-1, golfed foul into the White Rose seats, 0-2 the count. And I would have chosen the same, and I think there's one reason why that we all think of the guy who had one pitch that nobody could hit, and that was Mariano Rivera. Greatest closer in baseball history, and you know how much I don't like to hyperbolize baseball, but that's true. Most saves ever, and the most unhittable ninth inning man for 20 years for the New York Yankees. Karela with a windup. Here comes the 0-2. Low for ball one.
I suppose you could make the point that his cutter was so good that throwing it to either side of the plate made it like two different pitches because it had two different effects based on where he would locate it. But, yes, it was that good.
Karela coming back with the 1-2 pitch. Floated it outside, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. You see this all the time with closers. They flourish for a couple of years and then just burn out. Ryan Wilson with the Giants. A few Atlantic League guys were like that. And one I can think of right now, Jason Grilli with the Pirates all those years ago.
Yeah.
He's been a journeyman, and he's just sticking around now. 2-2 pitch, a check swing. The appeal to third. No, says Eric Selfero. So Karela about to let him off the hook. The count goes full after it being 0-2. But Rivera, year in and year out, and every time he went through a struggle, you thought to yourself, is this the moment? And then he'd come back the next night and just completely shut him down. Danny with the payoff pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Blew him away at 92 miles an hour. 3 strikeouts in a row for Daniel Karela after taking one off the right thigh to open his outing, and it's 1 away.
I hope he doesn't come out and think he needs one off the thigh every time he pitches now, because he's been awesome since then.
Well, they'll just have to, they'll set up a pitching machine, and he'll get into the batter's box at batting practice and just take one there.
That'll be his pregame ritual now.
Travis Scott swinging strikeout against Micah Owings his last time up, and there's a wave and a whiff at a breaking ball that comes inside on him for strike 1. Mariano Rivera, he's certainly going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer when he comes up in a couple of years. You know, the Baseball Tonight guys and folks on the talk shows have been saying, you know, there's never been a unanimous Hall of Famer. Will Rivera be the one? As the 0-1, outside, bounces off of the mitt of Castillo, and the count goes even. But I don't think he's going to be unanimous, just for the mere fact of what we were talking about. Some 80-year-old writer who hasn't covered the game for quite some time is going to look at him and say he had just one pitch. He wasn't a real pitcher. And he's going to look at him also and say he was a reliever, so he's not a real pitcher. 1-1 from Karela, outside again, and Castillo having trouble getting his glove out to those. The count goes to 2-1.
If that's true, that writer should go up to other relievers and say, are you a real pitcher? See what kind of reaction he gets.
Yeah, he'll stand in the batter's box.
Yeah, right.
A 92-mile-an-hour cutter will go by him and say, oh, you pitched 1 inning. You're not a real pitcher. It's not what we believe. Just the way it is with some of these older baseball writers is the 2-1 coming. Left outside again, and Castillo drops it for the 3rd time. It's 3 balls and 1 strike.
Listening to Mace sometimes talk about his pitching staff, it's interesting. You know, some guys he would rather have in the bullpen because 5 innings, 1 inning at a time across 7 days is more valuable.
3-1 pitch. fouled. Back to the screen, and the count goes full for the second straight batter. It's figuring out your starters in your bullpen is more of a science than the old-timers are willing to admit. And the old school of baseball says that if you're a reliever, you're a failed starter. No, that's not the case at all.
30 years ago, maybe.
Even 30 years ago, you started to see that sort of thing. Dennis Eckersley was an MVP back in 1988.
Gave up his starting role to become the closer.
And became one of the greatest of all time. Payoff pitch, left outside, ball 4. A one-out walk issued to Travis Scott, first base runner for the Skeeters since the second inning. And now Andy LaRoche coming into the fold.
Corella actually grew up a Yankees fan, Will, and it's amazing how many of the pros in today's game and on our team will list Rivera as, favorite childhood athlete, that sort of thing.
From the stretch, the first pitch, and LaRoche gets under one, skies it to center field. James Simmons barely has to move for it, makes the catch, 2 away. Corella grew up a Yankees fan in New York, and he ends up getting signed by that other New York ball club. Began his career with the Gulf Coast Mets back in 2009. Got back to his hometown. He got to pitch for the Brooklyn Cyclones for 19 appearances back in 2010 before being traded to the Dodgers organization. And so with 2 down and a man on first, with the Revs up 3-0 in the fourth, we will see Yohan Lamonta. First pitch, fastball, outside black, strike 1. Looks like Corella is going to get another frame's worth of work. I don't see anyone warming up in that bullpen.
They look very comfortable down there.
0-1, slider outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. So get a chance to use these new binoculars that we got here. The gifts that you get on Sunday. It's we're hashtag blessed in here in the booth. Danny with the 1-1. Golfed foul and out of play, out towards Arch Street Eats. And a young fan from Red Lion's going to get a baseball in his kettle corn.
Our buddy David brought us binoculars due to the complaint department being so open last night, and it just reinforces that if you complain, it does work, and you get what you want. I have complained about food, and fans have brought ice cream to the booth. Maybe we'll try it again.
Corella with a 1-2 pitch, left outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, gee, Darryl, I've always wanted a Corvette. And no one's ever gotten me a Corvette before. I'm stuck driving this Mazda. It's a nice Mazda, but it's no Corvette.
Now that you mention it, I sure could go for one too. Life's tough.
The 2-2 from Corella. Outside again, and the count goes full for the 3rd time in this inning. So an automatic head start for Travis Scott, who's made his trade as primarily a catcher. He'll start barreling towards second base on the windup from Corella. Daniel trying to limit himself to just that 1 walk. He's got Barfield on deck and Haig in the hole should Lamonta continue this inning. There goes the runner. The payoff pitch swung on and missed, strike 3. 92 miles an hour outside part of the plate, and that will retire the side. 4 strikeouts in 2 complete innings for Daniel Corella, and he's not done yet. For the Skeeters, no runs on, no hits, no errors, 1 left on. Middle of the 4th, your score, York 3, Sugarland nothing on Revs Radio, WOYK. Celebrate 10 years of York Revolution baseball with the Celebrate York Series presented by Memorial Hospital. The series honors significant contributions from York, Pennsylvania's most notable events and favorite citizens with giveaways every Friday night home game. The series continues on Friday, May 13th with a Marquis de Lafayette bobblehead giveaway. Visit YorkRevolution.com for more details. It's the Celebrate York Series, proudly presented by Memorial Hospital for the York Revolution's 10th anniversary season.
Current school not meeting your child's unique needs? Check out family-centered public cyberschooling from Commonwealth Charter Academy. CCA students attend virtual classes led by Pennsylvania certified teachers, and enrollment is open year-round with no waiting list. For open house dates in your area, visit ccaeducate.me or call toll-free 1-844-590-2864. That's 1-844-590-2864.
Individual game tickets are now on sale for the 2016 York Revolution season. Be there as the Revs celebrate their 10th anniversary season with the biggest promotional schedule in team history. 20 giveaways, including 8 bobbleheads, inside the park fireworks shows every Saturday, and a host of incredible entertainment acts like Cowboy Monkey Rodeo, Superstars, the Philly Fanatic, and an appearance by former NASCAR driver Ernie Irvan. Buy online at YorkRevolution.com, over the phone at 801-HITS, or in person at the Apple Chevrolet ticket office.
Your county, your teams. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Van Halen, a popular choice here on a Sunday afternoon from People's Bank Park. York leading Sugarland 3-0, sending up Simmons, Castillo, and Rocket, trying to pad this lead and clinch their first series win in their first home series of the campaign. Gallagher's first pitch, fastball missing outside for ball 1. Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID here on WOYK.
First in York, first in sports. Your only local sports station. The new Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, York, Pennsylvania.
And while we were IDing ourselves, James Simmons hits one absolutely on the screws, nearly taking out Gallagher up the middle for a base hit.
Seeing the ball well here at home, Will. 2 for 2 today. Home run last night. Telling you, when he's locked in, he's such an exciting player, and Mace really thought he could have a big year this year, off to a good start.
Simmons on the base pads. He stole 15 last year between 3 teams. Keith Castillo takes low for ball 1. I keep forgetting in this Atlantic League, this was the league that pioneered that pitch clock. There's really no time for station identification between pitches, especially how fast Gallagher's working. From the stretch, there's a drive, foul, and out of play over Arch Street Eats.
So they should just come in and give them a heads up. They were going to do it. What they were going to do. Go have Dante come over on the second microphone. Go get Kaiser with the camera.
And Castillo standing back in, slightly open stance for him. 1-1. There's a crack down the right field line and hooking foul into the Mezzogiorno Picnic Pavilion. Sounds like we had a programming shift right in the middle of the game here.
Well, we might, if we have a post-game interview today, it might be on the video board now, too.
All right.
That's what was being discussed.
And Simmons has to scamper back to the bag. Castillo, an RBI single off the base of the arch nemesis back in the second inning, and Johan Lamonta adjusting accordingly in left. He's playing much more true to the position. Outfield straight up, infield the very same. 1-2 pitch coming to Keith Castillo. Gallagher fires. Breaking ball, shade outside the zone, and the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. 3-0 Revs in the bottom of the 4th inning. York 3 runs on 4 hits and no errors. Sugarland, no runs on 1 hit, 1 error. The Skiers have committed errors in all 4 of the games this series. 2-2. Off the end of the bat, towards the padding of the backstop, and the count stays at 2-2.
Your celebrity will be growing, Will. We get you on that video board for the post-game interview.
Oh, goodness.
Party now.
I should have shaved this morning. Put me up there once and they'll never do it again. Medium lead for Simmons, and he's chased back to the bag. Keith Castillo, 29 years old, out of San Pedro, California. He's from Huntington Beach right now. Huntington Beach. Facing a 2-2. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Gallagher came up and in on him at 84 miles an hour, and Castillo is retired by way of the K. 1 down.
Didn't miss something big by much earlier in the at-bat either with that deep foul ball to right. Castillo swinging it very well early this season.
Now it's Michael Rocket, who tried to bunt his way on base in the second inning, ended up picking up a sacrifice, advancing runners to second and third as he takes outside for ball 1. Rocket came into this game at .235 average, still looking for his first extra base hit. Gallagher kicks and fires. Slider just below the knees, and the count goes 2-0. Rocket against his hometown Sugarland Skeeters. Played for the hometown crowd in 2013 and 14. Hitting in the low 20s both those years. 2-0 pitch, a fastball, a tick outside, and it's 3-0.
Gallagher just turned his back on Tim McCaffrey before the catcher could throw it back. Tim's got his hands on his hips. He noticed that.
He's got to be careful. The first base umpire's right behind him now. 3-0. Rocket taking all the way, and it's on the inside corner for strike 1. Rocket stands back in big, crouched, open stance. Gallagher delivers. It's a pop foul over the head of Rodriguez. He's coming to the backstop, and it lands just on the other side of the net.
Well, that's one way we could get a ball up here. It hit the concrete ledge on our side of the net at such an angle that it caromed all the way up window high, press box down to our right. That's one way to get one. It hit the window, I believe.
Tyler and Emily almost getting a baseball in their barbecue. Payoff pitch coming from Gallagher. There goes the runner. Rocket jammed inside. He fouls it back, and will do it again.
It's a good jump from Simmons. Rocket certainly had to swing. 3-2. He's up there protecting, but good jump from Simmons, who's looking for his first steal. The Revs are still looking to get their running game going.
Just 2 for 9 stealing bases in the young part of the season. Payoff pitch, there goes Simmons again. There's a ground ball through the hole on the left side, base hit. Nice bit of hitting from Michael Rocket. He hit it right where Haig had vacated. And now the Revs setting the table for the top of the order. And Jason Repko, he of the 11-game hitting streak, will look to add some more insurance runs.
That feels so good when that works. You send a runner, and the defense has to decide who's going to cover. And it's surprising to me that with Rocket hitting that they sent their shortstop and not the second baseman, but he hit it right where the opening was created. It's a beautiful thing.
Gallagher misses upstairs for ball 1. Repko extending that hitting streak to 11 games back in the second inning. He has hit safely in every single Atlantic League game this season. Only man who can say that in 2016. And he takes upstairs once again for ball 2. 3-0 Revs in the bottom of the fourth. Will DeBoer and Darrell Henry with you on WOYK. York with a field goals lead and looking for more. They've got Simmons on second, Rocket on first with 1 down. Sean from the stretch, the 2-0. Repko watches it sail by his face, and it's 3 balls and no strikes. This will be the 73rd pitch out of the right arm of Sean Gallagher. And it looks like they're starting to warm somebody up in the Sugarland bullpen. He may not be along for this game, Sean Gallagher. 3-0. Jason taking all the way. It's right down George Street for strike one.
Went 5 in his first start, 4 1/3 in his second outing.
Haven't seen too many long outings from either starting pitcher in all 11 games the Revs have played this year, as Repko watches one a couple of floors above his, and it's ball 4. That loads them up for Josh Wilson.
There's Repko on base again. And here we go again with the bottom of the order creating the rally here potentially.
Josh Wilson, 0 for 1 with the bases loaded this season. The Revs just 1 for 9. They have driven in 3 runs. All Wilson needs to do is lift something out into the outfield. Can't get too greedy. First pitch, outside, ball 1. Wilson did that very same thing back in the second inning, a sac fly to right that ended up scoring Keith Castillo as the 3rd run of that 3-run second. That lead is still 3-0 with 3 on and 1 out. 1-0. Pop foul out of play over the luxury suites, over Andy Echeverrian's retired number.
Do I hear that still bouncing up there? It sounded like it bounced about 5 times.
Well, you know, we like to put trampolines on the top of the roof here at People's Bank Park,
Oh.
so we can get those balls back easy enough. 1-1. Fly ball, very, very shallow right field. Coming out from second base is Young to make the catch, and they called that an infield fly as it was just on the periphery of the dirt, and it's 2 away.
I think Wilson's certainly trying to elevate and drive it in the outfield to bring that run home from third. That time just a hair under it.
Now with 2 down and runners still everywhere, Dre's got his chance. Andres Perez, breakout game for him last night. Went 2 for 3 with an RBI and a couple of runs. Gallagher with the first pitch. Nice movement on that breaking ball at 77. It's down the heart for strike 1. Perez 0 for 2 with men in scoring position and 2 outs this season. He's hitting just 125 with runners on base. Translation, he's due. Gallagher with the 0-1. Fouled off the end of the bat to the net. And now the count goes to no balls and 2 strikes. Big moment for Andres Perez. The Revs already up 3-0, have a chance to bust this thing wide open and have the Skeeters warming up the jet plane a few innings early. Gallagher's ready, gives the man a look at third base. The stretch in the 0-2. Popped him up. Shallow center field again. Under it is Young. Makes the 2-handed catch. Side retired. So Sean Gallagher working out of some trouble. Admirable effort from him. The Revs lead them loaded for the Revolution. No runs on 2 hits. No errors. 3 left on. End of the 4th, your score. York 3, Sugarland nothing on Revs Radio, WOYK.
You hear a lot about CPAP masks these days, but here's something you don't hear much about. Over half of the people who wear a CPAP mask for sleep stop wearing it within a year. How's that working for you? Dr. Gordon Bell would like you to hear this. York Dental Sleep Therapy has dental options that can help many of those people. If you or someone you live with is struggling with sleep apnea, visit yorksleep.com and see how Dr. Gordon Bell can help return your home to peaceful nights of deep, restful sleep. If you're groggy during the workday, if you wake up feeling exhausted? If you would like to get your nighttime sleep patterns back to a healthy state, get a confirmation from your doctor, then meet with Dr. Bell at his office on West Market Street in Hallam. He'll evaluate your symptoms and discuss which treatments would best suit your situation. Dr. Bell can restore restful sleep and get you feeling better day and night. York Dental Sleep Therapy. Call 316-1299 or visit yorksleep.com to learn more.
Payne doesn't take Sunday off. Neither do we. We're open weekdays 8 to 8 and weekends 9 to 6. Just walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics, 2319 South George Street in York, across from the Apple Hill Health Campus. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today.
Follow York Sports on your Android. Search Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
As I work this prick out of my neck to that head-banging song, we come back to the top of the 5th inning here at Peoples Bank Park. Revs lead the Skeeters 3-0 on a getaway Sunday afternoon. And it's time for another pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. The latest York pitcher to try and put some more donuts on the board is the 37-year-old from Puerto Plata in the Dominican Republic, Ricardo Gomez, making his second appearance of the season. He's got Barfield, Hagen, Rodriguez, the bottom of the order, due up for the Skeeters. And his first pitch at 91 miles an hour is a called strike to Jeremy Barfield, 0-1. Gomez into the windup. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Fastball outside corner, called strike 2. And Ricardo on in relief of Daniel Corella. A fine bounce back outing after the rough Somerset go. 0-2 pitch, slider just below the knees for ball 1. Corella, 2 hitless innings, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, 31 pitches, and some fantastic movement. 1-2 pitch breaks early at 78 miles an hour, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. You can also take a look at your out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by York Mitsubishi. Just one other game going on in the Atlantic League today, as New Britain and Bridgeport are postponed. So is Southern Maryland and Long Island, as the 2-2 pitch fouled off the end of the bat and bounces off the plate. Stays alive to do it again. Top of the second from Lancaster. Somerset on top once again. 3-0 lead over the Barnstormers. Going for 11 in a row to start the year. And there's a fastball missing up and away. Full count now to Jeremy Barfield. Had an extra base hit or more taken away from him in the second inning, with one that hit about a third of the way up, the arch nemesis. And there's a drive to deep left field. Missing the nemesis, but still off the wall, off the hot dog sign. Rolling into second and sliding head first is Jeremy Barfield. He's on with a leadoff double. Just the second hit of the game for Sugarland, and Jeremy's got both of them. So Sugarland with a bit of life here in the top of the 5th, down 3-0. .55 degrees and overcast at half past the hour, the 2 o'clock hour here in South Central PA. We're 3 outs away from an official ball game at Peoples Bank Park, something we didn't really think we would get in with all the weather the way it was earlier today. Rick Haig fouls this one out of play. Rained all night and all morning. It was Joe Morgan and the grounds crew and the other full-time employees here at Peoples Bank Park to help get that field ready and playable. They've worked hard all weekend. Good job, everybody. 0-1, and there's a drill into left field. It's down for a base hit. Stopping at third is Barfield. Rick Haig is on at first. Back-to-back hard hit balls by Sugarland, and the tying run now coming to the plate in the form of Wilfredo Rodriguez. Rodriguez is the breadstick batter of the game. Little Caesars will give away some crazy bread if Rodriguez strikes out. If you'll recall in the top of the third inning, Wilfredo hit that scorching liner that left some seam imprints on the right thigh of Daniel Corella. Retired on that 1-6-3 putout. And there's a rip into right field. Repko comes on, makes the catch in the line drive. Breaking for the plate is Barfield. Repko's throw just a split second too late. Barfield slides past a wheeling Castillo who misses with the tag. It's a sac fly for Rodriguez, and the Skeeters are on the board. It's 3-1. And Ricardo Gomez, who is now in his 4th season and 3rd stint with the Revolution, having a tough time in his latest home debut. Hard hit contact to all 3 men who have come up, and now he's got the top of the order in Josh Prince. Prince showing bunt, brings it back as it crosses below the knees for ball 1. Third time through the order for the Skeeters, but most of them have seen different pitchers each of their times up. Prince led off the game with a walk against Micah Owings, who worked 2 scoreless frames. Sidearm action from Gomez, and he finds the outside corner at 86 for strike 1. And Prince waved and whiffed at a few fastballs and breaking action from Daniel Corella in the 3rd. Prince hoping that the 3rd time's the charm in terms of bats and pitchers. 1-1. Finds dirt. 2 balls and 1 strike. 3 runs on 5 hits and no errors for the Revolution. 1, 3, and 1 for Sugarland, and they're not done yet here in the 5th inning. Inching off of first is Haig. Medium lead for him. Nash holding the board. Here comes the 2-1. Golfed foul over the bouncy roof here at Peoples Bank Park, and the count goes back to 2-2.
And these bullpen days, Will, they can be an advantage for the team doing that because the hitters see different looks every time up. The one dangerous thing is if one guy just doesn't have it that day and a big inning results. You have to have, maybe 6 guys who are on.
Something about the weak link in the chain. 2-2 pitch swung on and missed for strike 3. No weak chain that time for Ricardo Gomez. Blew a fastball by him at 88 miles an hour. That's gone all the way back to 1955 at 88 miles an hour. We've seen a couple of different arm slots from Gomez in this inning. He's on your standard position, and then he had that fastball at a sidearm slot. Jeff Dominguez up now. He's 0 for 2. From the stretch, the first pitch, a fastball coming inside for ball 1. Haig, a threat to steal over on second base. He once stole 20 with the Potomac Nationals of the Carolina League back in 2012. 1-0. Missed outside that time, and the count goes 2 balls and no strikes. This year, Haig has yet to attempt a steal. Only 2 stolen bases for the Skeeters this year. They've been thrown out twice as well. Breaking ball finds the low outside corner for strike 1 at 76 miles an hour.
Yeah, Sugarland's attempts are by far the fewest.
They're an old Earl Weaver style team. Base hit, and wait for the 3-run homer. Haig with that medium lead. 2-1, cue ball, rolling foul down the third base line past Gary Gaetti, who is sans arm brace this afternoon.
That's good. Yeah, he had a little fall that he had told me about during the offseason and did have an operation on it, so hopefully he'll get back to full health soon.
Looks like he's slowly but surely getting there now. Gomez stares in to get the sign from Castillo. Now he's ready. The stretch in the 2-2. Swung on and missed for strike 3. And Dominguez threw his bat. That ball bounced into Castillo on a one-hop, and Dominguez very nearly knocked out Castillo as he threw that bat down. I'm surprised we didn't have an ejection that time around. A show of frustration, but it could have been very dangerous. In any case, a dangerous inning taken away from the Revs. Skeeters scoring 1 run on 2 hits with no errors and 1 left on base, but that is it. Official ball game here at Peoples Bank Park. Middle of the 5th, your score, York 3, Sugarland 1 on Revs Radio WOYK.
Providing quality services efficiently and in a timely manner to its clients is the mission of the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins. GSLSC is equipped to handle any real estate transactions, leases, residential and commercial real estate settlements, zoning issues, and all matters involving municipalities. They are also experienced in the formation and operation of family real estate ventures that are tax sensitive to the needs of the investors. Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins is an approved title insurance agency and can provide you with title insurance and legal representation at one low cost when buying a home or investment property. Don't risk any real estate settlement without an experienced real estate attorney from the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins at your side. Phone 717-757-7602. They've been handling residential and commercial real estate matters in South Central Pennsylvania for more than 50 years. With mortgage interest rates at an all-time low, now is the time to buy or refinance. Phone 717-757-7602 today or visit their website, gslsc.com.
Get into the ball game with great savings and great weekly specials at your Sure Save neighborhood markets. Use your gold card every time you shop and you automatically receive savings and rewards. And get incredible deals on the new Best Yet brand products at Sobel's Markets, Wetzel's Market, and also at Nell's Market Fresh Foods. Always a hit and always great savings.
There's only one place for local high school sports. Sports Radio 1350.
Bottom of the 5th from Peoples Bank Park. First pitch from Sean Gallagher. Misses. Just a touch upstairs for ball 1 to Telvin Nash. Revs leading this one 3-1 as we're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Nash watches another breaking ball outside. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Well, Darryl, this is the big inning for the Revolution. Over the past 2 days, they have scored in the 5th inning 9 times. 9 times. The 2-0 is popped up off the end of the bat. Trotting in for it is the shortstop. He gives way to Dominguez at third base to make the catch, and it's 1 away.
A lot of pop-ups against Sean Gallagher. Matter of fact, just since the 3rd inning, the 7 total outs since then, 5 pop-ups handled by infielders.
He's getting them to see all the sights here in York, Pennsylvania, but by vertical, not by distance. Joel Guzman watches it low and outside for ball 1. Guzman 0 for 2 today. Looking strikeout and one of those many, many pop-outs. Guz takes a fastball on the outside corner for strike 1. Some young fans heckling Mr. Gallagher as he's on the hill. 1-1 outside, 2 balls and 1 strikes, and a gloomy 1st of May here in York, Pennsylvania, but the fans that are out and making up for it. And Guzman rockets one foul over towards the train tracks. The count goes to 2-2.
It's like Little Philly down there, getting all over the opponent.
He's learning well. Gallagher into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball, 59-footer. Guzman holds up, and the count goes to 3-2.
They might have learned from our alumni on Thursday night.
I think everybody learned just how fun those guys were. Payoff pitch. Fouled straight back, causing myself and Brian, the scorekeeper, to flinch a bit. I don't care how many levels of protection are there in front of us or how unlikely it is. Anytime I see something flying back at me 100 miles an hour, I'm going to flinch. It's just going to happen. And there's a rocket into right center field. Guzman sending it the right direction that time for a base hit. So Joel continuing his fine series. That's his 7th hit. 7 for 15 now in this series, in this homestand for Joel, as that hit should get him off the interstate.
That was solid. When you hit one solid like that, as a hitter, you almost don't even feel the contact, and that's like the best feeling for a hitter.
Brian Pounds waves and whips at a breaking ball for strike one, and now Guzman, he got off the interstate yesterday. He is long off of it now. Came in batting .282. Pounds a walk and a run to get the scoring going for York in the second. Heretofore the only time the Rebs have scored in this game, but this is the magic 5th. And there's a bouncer foul, nearly taking a couple of guys out on the Skeeter dugout railing. 0-2. Rebs up 3-1 here in the bottom of the 5th. Will DeBoer and Darrell Henry with you on a chilly Sunday afternoon, but we're playing Sunday baseball, so everybody's happy. Short lead for Guzman. 0-2 to Pounds, swung on him. That's for strike 3. Another breaking ball, and Gallagher seems to have figured it out in his later innings. He's at 93 pitches. It looks like he wouldn't even get through the 4th. Had the bases loaded with 1 out, managed a couple of pop-ups, and he's been cruising.
We've seen games like this from him where he'll bend but not break, and he'll have to deal with some high base runner totals, but keeps his team in it.
James Simmons 2 for 2 on the afternoon. First pitch taken, ball 1, low. And we do have a right-hander warming up in the Sugarland bullpen, so this will probably be it for Sean Gallagher. He's just getting up there in pitches. May even hit the century mark if Simmons stretches this showdown out further. The 1-0 fouled away over towards the picnic pavilion, and the count goes to 1-1.
Andrew Johnston up for Sugarland. He's been terrific early this season, including here on Thursday night.
He was the relief winner in Sugarland's only success of this series. Guzman off of first with 2 down. 1-1 pitch. Simmons chases it way outside the zone, and it's 1-2. Gallagher had him fooled completely that time. Sean gets a sign from Rodriguez, looks over to first. Now he's ready. Mitt at the face. The 1-2 pitch. There's a crack deep into left field, but playable in front of the arch nemesis. Making the catch is Lamanta, side retired. So a 1-out single from Joel. Guzman goes nowhere for the Revolution. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. End of 5, your score, York 3, Sugarland 1 on Revs Radio, WOYK.
And here we go, folks. She steps up to the box. This is a real pressure situation. 2 kids tugging at her blouse, a long line of customers, and only 30 minutes to get in, get a dozen maple donuts, and get to the party.
Oh, boy, look at the time.
Well, if Charlie Donuts All-Stars winds up, and here's the pitch.
Welcome to Maple Donuts. Can I help you?
Yes. No. I'm sorry. I'm not quite ready.
Oh, she steps out. The pressure may be too much, folks. No, wait. What's this? A meeting at the plate?
Okay, Mommy needs to order our maple donuts now. Can you two be good, please?
And she steps back up to the box.
All ready now?
I am.
She's swinging for the fences.
I'll have 4 glazed, 3 vanilla sprinkles, 3 chocolate icing, 2 jelly filled, and 1 chocolate peanut covered.
Wow, that was Major League. She read every stitch of that fastball and knocked it clean out of the park.
Enjoy your maple donuts.
Oh, we will. Okay, kids, let's go. Let's get these maple donuts to the party.
There you have it, folks. Maple Donuts, 58 varieties. Ready whenever you need to step up to the plate.
Maple Donuts taste right.
Well, I finally did it. I took my dad's advice and joined his credit union.
Which one?
PSECU. I'm eligible because my dad's a member, but I joined through work.
Really?
I thought you had to work for the state.
A lot of people think that, but there are lots of ways to be eligible.
I'm not really thrilled with my bank and all their fees. I need to check them out.
Definitely. It's worth the switch.
PSCCU is the credit union for you. Find your way at psccu.com/join. This credit union is federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
It ain't Boston, but we are back in York, Pennsylvania. Top of the 6th inning from Peoples Bank Park. 3-1 Revs as we see our 4th new pitcher of the afternoon for Mark Mason. It is the Curacao native Ron Skeeters. Saying that as best I can. And the southpaw will face the heart of the order for the Skeeters. Young, Scott, and LaRoche. And Skeeters' first pitch to his Skeeter is low and in for ball 1.
That was good,
Skeeters
Will.
and Skeeters.
That was good.
Young 0 for 2 today, a foul out and a strikeout. The 1-0. And there is a deep drill into left field going for the wall. It's up 3/4 to the arch nemesis down the line. That's another one where the wall has taken away the longest single that Delwyn Young will hit all season. Stays in the park, and Skeeters can breathe a big sigh of relief that time. He's got a man on, but it could have been so much worse.
Yeah, down the line, I thought that thing was going to go. And maybe on a warm day, obviously down the line is the shortest distance. But it did just stay in about 3/4 of the way up, like you said.
Lefty on lefty matchup now. Travis Scott. Strikeout and a walk today. He takes a little chin music for ball 1. Frustration throw there by Skeeters. Ronnie making his 4th appearance of the year, his first in Peoples Bank Park. Scoreless in the first 3. 2 innings, 2 hits, 3 walks, and a strikeout. 1-0, and there's a belt into deep right field going back on his rep. Go back to the track, to the wall. He turns to watch it go. Off the top of a picnic tent, Travis Scott with his 2nd home run of the season. And we are all knotted up here, 3-3 in the 6th.
How majestic. High shot. He knew it and went into his trot. And Skeeters just hung one up to him, trying to get a strike in, and Scott jumped on it. And yet again, seems like the former Revs do the most damage for Sugarland when they come back.
Andy LaRoche up next. Fly balls to left and center his first time up, and there is a big bounce in the dirt for ball 1 from Skeeters.
And Skeeters' last couple of appearances seems to be settling in after a tough beginning in terms of throwing strikes.
Ronnie into the windup. Here comes the 1-0. Jammed him in. There's a pop up right side of the infield, making his trot, his pounds to make the catch 1 away.
Rough greeting, though, today.
And we have our first pinch hitter of the entire series here. Sugarland setting up a new face. That's Kent Mathis, the right-hander, on to bat for the lefty Johan Lamonta. So Gary Gaetti going with his splits, his matchups here, sending Mathis up. First pitch taken low for ball 1. That rolls across the dirt as well.
They have 5 guys on their bench today, including Gillies, who's hurt. 5 that, looking at their names, I would expect to be everyday guys. So he's going to use one of them here and take away that lefty-lefty.
Skeeters behind the count, 1-0. Here comes the pitch. Wave and a whiff at 89 miles an hour on the black outside for strike 1. Well, Mathis against left-handed pitching so far this year. He's batting .400. 2 for 5, a couple of RBIs. Just the matchup you'd expect. 1-1. There's a foul tip off of the skin of the bat, right in front of the plate, and it's 1-2. We saw Mathis yesterday. He went 1 for 4. Day before that, drove in the only run for Sugarland, a solo homer off of Matt Neal in the third. One of just 2 hits for Sugarland on Friday night in the Revs' 9-1 win. 1-2 pitch. Slider sliding in. It's 2-2. York and Sugarland tied at 3 apiece. Revs scored their 3 in the second. Sugarland with 1 in the fifth, 2 in the sixth thus far. Skeeters with the kick and the 2-2. Off the end of the bat, popped foul, out of play, over towards the first base concourse area. Count stays even.
Mathis has the hoodie showing out of his jersey and bag, and then his back pocket is completely out.
Oh, that's what that is. I thought that was a hand rag or something like that.
Well, maybe it is.
Skeeters with the 2-2. Popped him up. Foul over our heads. Out towards the parking lot area where some lucky Mercury Sable driver is going to get a free souvenir and a $3,000 windshield replacement.
Mathis is accessorizing today with all of that paraphernalia.
As if these Skeeters uniforms didn't need any more. Oh boy. Another 2-2. Low. It's in the dirt once more, and now the count even. Not even. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes. It's full. That's the phraseology. Kent Mathis from Orlando, Florida. Turned 29 earlier this year. Got as high as AA. Last played for Nashville. That's AAA, actually. And there's a pop-up. Foul, but staying in play. Castillo loses the mask. Comes back. Stumbles over himself almost. Makes the catch. Gives a bump of the mitt to the shoulder of Skeeters. And that's 2 away in the top of the 6th.
Well, very well done from Castillo. That was textbook technique. He located it, and he waited until he had an idea of where it was going to come down, and then he threw the mask, and he threw it far to the other side of where he anticipated moving, and drifted with it and stayed with it. Did have to shift left a bit there at the end.
Just like they teach you. Barfield with a rip through the left side of the infield, base hit. Have a day, Jeremy Barfield. 6 hits for Sugarland, half of them off of his bat. Welcome sight for Barfield, who was batting .276 coming into this game. Now, 11 for 32. That's well over .333. Barfield extending the inning. He is the go-ahead run on first base. Rick Haig up next. First pitch, and the takes it in the dirt for ball 1. I have no idea whether or not he's even been to the Haig, but he needs to go just so he can stand next to a sign that says, "Welcome to the Haig," and post it on Facebook. And then when he has kids one day, he can whip it out and embarrass them. It's just what men of that age do. 1-0, and there's a wild pitch. Way, way wild. Barfield the second. To give you an idea, picture Bob Uecker saying just a bit outside. That's where it was.
Now that really got away. Just a clean slip from Skeeters, and Castillo really didn't even have a chance to get any leather on it. But it can be a moot point if he can retire the.
Haig standing back in square stance. Skeeters going to look back to second. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. Fastball, groove down George Street. Strike one. Three all here in the top of the sixth inning. The go-ahead run in scoring position for Sugarland with 2 outs. 2 balls and a strike. Skeeters from the stretch. There's a bouncer foul, nearly taking Gary Gaetti out, nearly refracturing that left arm.
He said that part of the injury was rotator cuff, so I would imagine he doesn't want to move that arm overly fast.
I think he was rotating everything, trying to get out of the way of that one. Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch, off the end of the bat, a liner into right field. It stays up for Repko to make the catch. Side retired. Soft liner to retire the Hague. And Skeeters gets through the inning without ceding the lead or giving Sugarland the lead. But the Skeeters do pick up a couple on the 2-run homer by Travis Scott. 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, 1 left on. Middle of the 6th, your score, York 3 and Sugarland 3 on Revs Radio, WOYK.
Wednesdays are the worst. I've got to get the kids to school on time, to get to work, then it's just one long day of meetings. But hey, at least I don't have to worry about making dinner.
Kids eat free with People's Bank. Save money at every Wednesday home game.
So now when the Revs are in town, I just pull into a People's Bank, pick up that week's coupon, and dinner is done. Revolution Wednesdays? Awesome. Revolution!
Thanks to People's Bank, kids eat free at every Wednesday home game. No need to be a People's Bank customer. Just pick up your coupon at any People's Bank branch and do dinner at People's Bank Park. 1 coupon per child per game.
This week is National Small Business Week, May 1st through the 7th. Take a walk in downtown York and you'll quickly discover the many small businesses that make our city so unique. Did you know that for every $100 you spend at a local business, $68 stay in your community? Small businesses provide jobs for every 2 out of 3 Americans, creating a job market of 56 million people. Celebrate with us in downtown York. Eclectic dining, craft brews and cocktails, 2 historic farmers markets, hope to handmade shopping, public art, the 2015 Pennsylvania Trail of the Year, Championship Atlantic League Baseball, First Fridays, Fifth Fridays. Who knew you could see it all in York? Get to know York again or for the first time by visiting downtownyorkpa.com. Eric Hosmer's got nothing on this. Mad Dash Grilled Cheese is comfort food at its finest. Mad Dash is Central PA's favorite artisan grilled cheese truck, bringing you creative concoctions with the freshest and most flavorful ingredients. Available for food truck festivals, weddings, corporate, and private caterings. Find Mad Dash this year along the third base line at People's Bank Park for all York Revolution home games. Call 717-574-5168 or visit online at mad-grilledcheese.com. Mad Dash Artisan Grilled Cheese. Welcome home.
On air, online, and on your smartphone. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Bottom of the 6th from People's Bank Park. Revs find themselves locked in a 3-3 duel once again. Sugarland tying it in top half of this inning on the 2-run home run by Travis Scott. The Revs will see a new pitcher for the first time today. It's Andrew Johnston, who picked up the win in the home opener on Thursday night with a couple of scoreless innings. He'll face Castillo, Rocket, and Repko, the 8-9-1 hitters. And Johnston's first pitch fouled off the end of the bat. Castillo bounces it to himself. 0-1 the count. Castillo, an RBI single off the nemesis in the second. He later scored the third and final run of that inning. To try and restart the rally against a man who came in and put out the fire for Sugarland on Thursday night, spoiling the 10th anniversary gathering in the home opener. And there's a rip right to the shortstop. Hague makes the catch after leaning to his right. He literally just had to lean over to it to make the catch. Castillo hits on the screws, but the BIP unkind to him that time. And now here's the Rocket Man. Michael is 1 for 1 today. A sac bunt in the second and a single on a hit and run play in the third. And he watches a slider bounce outside. Ball 1. 3 runs and 6 hits for both teams in the 6th inning. 1 error for Sugarland, and York without error once again. 1-0, fastball, just a touch outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Revs having a nice recovery after coming home. They have not committed an error in this series after coming in with one of the lower fielding percentages in the Atlantic League, as Rocket fouls one out of play, 2 balls and a strike. Revolution trying for the series win in the home opener and looking for their longest winning streak of the season at 3, as we're here in May for the first time this season. 2-1 from Johnston off the end of the bat and into the net for strike 2. Johnston out of St. Louis, Missouri. Got as high as AAA Colorado Springs in the Rockies organization back in 2011. Now the 2-2 pitch. There's a belt in the center field. Another liner right to a fielder. Prince 4 steps to his left to make the catch. 2 down. After Colorado, he went to Gary, Indiana. Not Louisiana, Paris, France, New York, or Rome, but Gary, Indiana, the Gary South Shore Railcats of the American Association. Entering the Atlantic League in 2013. Camden in 13 and 14. Went to Sugarland mid-season in 14. Skeeters all of last year. Now he's in his 3rd season with Sugarland. He'll face Jason Repko. Fastball outside corner at 87 for called strike 1. Repko, his 4th time up. There's a wave and a whiff of a slider for strike 2. Jason's been on base every time. Today, reached on that error by the Hague in the 1st, the single in the 2nd, and a walk in the 4th. 0-2 from Johnston. Fastball up and outside, 1-2 the count. Wilson and Perez on deck and in the hole should Repko continue this inning. Johnston with that very methodical windup. 1-2 pitch. A little chopper, 1 hop to Dominguez, who makes a short throw over to first base, but Scott with a reach onto the grass side retired. Solid inning for Andrew Johnston. He goes through the Revolution in order. End of the 6th year score, York 3 and Sugarland 3. Darrell Henry will take you home here on Revs Radio, WOYK.
This is the Dan Patrick Show.
Let's go!
The NFL has a policy here. Johnny Unitas was going to be honored by Peyton Manning. He was going to wear high-top black shoes. The NFL said, no, you couldn't do it. Pat Tillman was going to be honored by Jake Plummer, and the NFL said, no, you can't. Craig Ironhead Hayward's son was going to honor him with eye blind. D'Angelo Williams, whose mother died of breast cancer in 2014, he wanted to honor her the entire season. The NFL said no. This was explained to me by the NFL years ago, that if we allow this for Peyton Manning with Johnny Unitas, which seems like a no-brainer, then what happens if you get Jimmy Lipper, who wants to honor his coach, and he's going to wear something? That's where the NFL, you may not like it, but it makes sense that you just say, no, we're not going to allow it. We can't allow this to happen. Because then everybody would be doing it.
The Dan Patrick Show.
We are going to PAR-TY.
Mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Need some fun with your food? Where else but Friendly's? Stop by Friendly's at 423 Laux Road in York for great deals like 50% off breakfast Monday to Friday from 7 to 11 a.m. or one of our 5 lunch and dinner meals for $5.55, including the quarter-pound cheeseburger. Stop by after the game with your Revs game ticket and save 15%. Friendly's has got you covered with great deals all day long. Friendly's, life with extra sprinkles.
The radio home of the Revs. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Top of the 7th, we're tied at 3 as Wes Alsop will take over pitching change as brought to you by Maple Donuts. Probably see Eric Thomas today as well. Mace had an idea of relievers that were due to get work and that he wanted in the game today, knowing that Owings would only go a couple of innings, and Wilfredo Rodriguez to lead off, and he swings at Alsop's first pitch and fouls it away into the picnic area in right. Rodriguez, the K-man today, has grounded out, which was the liner off Corella that went 1-6-3, and then a sac fly in the fifth that began Sugarland's comeback. Alsop, the arm dangling, ball in hand as he looks in for the sign. The 0-1, and a slider caught the outside part of the plate. Strike two called. And he's got Rodriguez down in the count with a chance at breadsticks here. They went nuts last night when James Simmons made that happen. Here's the stretch, the 0-2, and a fastball just outside at 96. You don't have much time to see it, that's for sure. 9-1 and 2 in the order for Sugarland here in the seventh. Prince and Dominguez to follow. Well, Alsop looks in, comes set. The 1-2, swinging a dribbler, shortstop. Wilson to his left, he's got it. Sidearms to first, and in time by a step. One away to begin the seventh. And we'll pause for station identification here on Revolution Radio.
First in York, first in sports. Your only local sports station. The new Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, York, Pennsylvania.
One down, here is Josh Prince at the top of their order. Each team 3 runs on 6 hits today. Prince 0 for 2 with a walk out of the leadoff spot. Pitch to him is a slider down low. Guzman near the bag at third base. Here in a tie game as we move to the late innings. The Revs' biggest issue today was maybe not extending the lead in the fourth inning. They had them loaded with 1 out and could not score. Maintained a 3-0 score at the time. Next one, a fastball. That's right on through for a strike at 96. And then Sugarland 1 in the fifth, 2 in the sixth to draw even. As good as the last 2 nights were, the Revs in danger of another lead getting away as a slider hooks into the dirt. And if they were to lose this game today, it'd be 3 out of 5 where they had a lead of 3 runs or more. But we're not to that point yet. The lead is gone, but only a tie score. Plenty of baseball remaining. The 2-1 fastball in, and Prince backs away, 95 in near his ribs. 3 balls and 1 strike. Alsop's biggest issue has been command and very much a project/prospect. First time pitching in 2 years. He deals and up over the glove of Castillo near the helmet flap. As Prince ducked, it went clear to the backstop, and it's ball 4, a 1-out base runner. Alsop in 4 appearances, 2 innings, 6 runs on 6 hits, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts. Opening night here at home, he was charged with a run in 1 inning. The other 2 appearances in which damage was done to him, he did not get an out, so that's why the numbers are so inflated. And then he had a spectacular appearance in his second time out this year, last weekend at New Britain, as he lobs one over to first, checking on Prince. Dominguez 0 for 3 on the day. Here's the stretch. First pitch from Alsop, it missed a little bit high for ball 1.
So it's been a real Jekyll Hyde start for Wes Alsop in his first Atlantic League action, coming over from the United League where he pitched for Brownsville back in 2014. Made his pro debut with Joliet in the old Northern League in 2010.
And Dominguez tires of waiting and backs out. Tied at 3 here in the 7th. Alsop, the 4th reliever used today, and fires. And a fastball strike, outside corner, 1-2. I'm sorry, 1-1. Again, I'm assuming, and you know what happens when you do that.
You've got the gift of the eye there, Darryl. You're going to give young Brand Stark a run for his money.
All set. Here's the 1-1. Swinging a fly ball to left. Rocket was playing pretty deep. He'll tiptoe in and make the catch. And that's out number 2. Dominguez late on that heater.
Nice of these Sunday games. You can go home on a Sunday night and watch Game of Thrones at 9 o'clock.
I just might do that. Or Disney Channel, one or the other.
Just don't mix those up on the old dial. There are princesses in both TV shows, and that's about where the comparisons end.
Here's Delwyn Young, and a running jump from first. It's a strike. Castillo throws anyway, and Prince has it stolen. He was running on Alsop's timing before Alsop lifted the leg to come home, and they couldn't get his attention to step off. Prince with his second steal of the year in 3 tries. I think Wilson was trying to tell Castillo to hold the throw. It was an accurate throw, but had no chance to get him at that point. So the go-ahead run in scoring position with 2 outs. The 0-1 to Young, and a swing and a miss. Good slider down from Alsop. Delwyn today 1 for 3, singled high off the arch nemesis last inning in front of Travis Scott, who then homered. And those two teamed up to tie it in the 6th. Nothing in 2 here. As Alsop leans in and looks, he's set. And the 2-strike pitch. Swing and a miss! He got him on a slider in the dirt. Castillo blocks it and applies the tag. And Wes Alsop rebounds with a scoreless 7th here today.
There's Jekyll.
No runs, no hits. 1 man left. 7th inning stretch here at Peoples Bank Park. We're tied at 3.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called Peoples Bank Park. Peoples Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at Peoples Bank Park. Peoples Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Come on! Colin Cowherd.
Here's Chip Kelly talking about Tim Tebow once he released it.
I didn't feel like he was good enough to go through right now.
He didn't say backup that just gets in. He's not good enough to be the 3rd-string quarterback. And here's the thing. You can have him on the roster. You can't have him right behind Sam Bradford, who would pull a hammy yawning.
This is The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Individual game tickets are now on sale for the 2016 York Revolution season. Be there as the Revs celebrate their 10th anniversary season with the biggest promotional schedule in team history. 20 giveaways, including 8 bobbleheads, inside the park fireworks shows every Saturday, and a host of incredible entertainment acts like Cowboy Monkey Rodeo, Superstars, the Philly Fanatic, and an appearance by former NASCAR driver Ernie Irvan. Buy online at YorkRevolution.com, over the phone at 801-HITS, or in person at the Apple Chevrolet ticket office.
All about local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Andrew Johnston will stay in after a 1-2-3 6th. Tied at 3 in the bottom of the 7th. Josh Wilson to lead off, and he takes up high for ball 1. 3-3. Wilson 0 for 2 with a sac fly in the 2nd that at the time gave York a 3-0 lead. Johnston, the big righty, lifts and fires, and a swing and a foul tip off the glove of Rodriguez. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Wilson had the chance to break this thing open with the bases loaded and 1 out in the 4th. Ends up sending a weak pop-up to second base. Perez followed with the same pop-up, and the Revs were not able to cash in on that inning. It's come back to bite him right now.
Pitch here, swing and a miss. Johnston kept the slider down. 1-2. Andrew Johnston now 1-0, ERA remaining perfect. 7 1/3 innings, 1 unearned run, including his 1-2-3 last inning. He deals and misses high. Still hasn't walked anyone yet, and he's struck out 6 on the year. 6 hits given up. 2-2 on Wilson. Perez and Nash will follow. The pitch. And a swing and a chopper to third base. Gloved by Dominguez, backhanded, and he'll fire to first. 1 away. He started shifting sideways to get into the throw, trusting that he'd get a clean bounce, and he did. So rather than playing it directly in front, he had himself turn toward first to get the momentum going. And with 1 down, Andres Perez, the hitter, 0 for 3 in today's game. First pitch, miss. Oh, geez, a high strike. There's that half-second delay that you were recommending, Will. Just when you think you have the zone figured out. Here's the 0-1, and that misses off the plate away. Johnston in relief of Gallagher, who went 5. 3 runs on 6 hits, 3 walks and 4 Ks, all the damage in 1 inning. The 1-1, and in the dirt, he dumped it. The Revs trying to win a 3rd straight against Sugarland, which would tie their all-time longest winning streak against the Skeeters for a 5th time. The first 4 times were all in Sugarland's first 2 seasons. It hasn't happened since September 2013. The 2-1, and a swing and a towering fly ball foul. Perez, no chance to keep it fair. He sends it home run distance out over the Arch Street Eats in left field, but way out onto Arch Street and maybe beyond. 2-2. Johnston with Sugarland last year, 3-2 with a 3.04 ERA. Righty's pitch and a ground ball, third base. Dominguez again, this time to his left. He'll pump twice and make the throw across. And Johnston's retired all 5 in relief here this afternoon. 2 away in the 7th. And Talvin Nash to the plate. Well, Nash here in a tie game may have the spotlight on him, just like the Stage Deli has the spotlight on outstanding soups, salads, and sandwiches. For daily specials including smoothies and catering, Facebook search for Stage Deli as Nash takes a high slider for a strike. That's on George Street, or visit them on North George Street next to the Strand Capitol Theater.
Also open late this Friday for First Fridays. Mention the Revs get 10% off.
A swing and a miss. Johnston kept it down and away. It's 0-2. Nash a walk and 2 pop-ups here today. Tied at 3 here in the bottom of the 7th. Revs have yet to solve this reliever. And the 0-2 pitch. Swinging a ground ball, hit sharply and through into left field. A base hit for Talvin Nash. Revs with their first hit since the 5th. And Dominguez tight to the line there, unable to get to it. Now a 2-out base runner for Joel Guzman, who's 1 for 3 on his afternoon. Andrew Johnston was in Camden earlier in his career, did not have great success there. And Jeff Scott, who he was with in Camden, now pitching coach in Sugarland, helped bring him to Texas, and he's been really good for the Skeeters. Pitch to Guzman, a swing and a line drive, base hit to right. He rips it the other way. Nash up to second, and Guzman's on with his second hit of the afternoon. A sharp single to right on the first pitch. It's now an 8 for 16 start to the home stat line for Joel Guzman, and Brian Pounds now will try to give York the lead.
Robbie Weinhardt warming up feverishly in the bullpen for Sugarland. Gary Gaetti's going to try and go with him as soon as he is ready. The only question is whether Johnston can muddle through somehow against Pounds and company.
First pitch in the dirt. Rodriguez dropping down to block it. Ball one on Pounds, who's 0 for 2. Did walk to start that second inning rally and scored the first of the 3. Tied at 3 here in the bottom of the 7th. The Revs now out hitting Sugarland 8-6. On this 55-degree day, temperature hasn't changed since 1 o'clock. Here's the 1-0. Nope. Johnston lifts the leg and looks Nash back. And the Revs felt that there was some balking going on last night that wasn't called. This one was legal. Here's the 1-0. And a foul tip. Good rip from Pounds, and the foul ricochets off Rodriguez's face mask and back to the netting.
Oh, it helps that he's got that metal plate in his head, Daryl. I mean, I'm assuming.
It does come in handy at a time like that. Again, we're assuming.
It's purely speculative.
It's the 1-1. Oh, a delayed call. Fastball for a strike, 1-2. I thought initially that Pounds had let a good one go by, which hence my reaction. And then the late call, I realized it was over the plate but looked a little low from here, but Johnston got it anyway. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Look back, and he'll deal. And a swing and a miss. He went down out of the zone. Rodriguez applies the tag, and the Revs leave 2 in the 7th. They have stranded 9 runners total on the day. A pair of 2-out singles are left on here. And we'll go to the 8th on a Sunday afternoon at Peoples Bank Park. Revs and Skeeters tied at 3.
The more we help the ones in need, the more progress our community will make.
By focusing on quality education, income opportunities, and basic health care,
All of York County can have access to the building blocks of a good quality of life.
together we can load the bases for our community.
And hit a home run.
Give generously to the 2016 United Way Community Fund.
Find out more and give now at unitedway-york.org.
Does your wealth advisor know how you take your coffee? At Smith, Mayer & Little Wealth Advisory Group, we genuinely get to know our clients, from their interests, goals, and dreams, right down to how they like their coffee. By understanding our clients on a personal level, we help them make wise financial decisions. In us, you will find a trusted confidant dedicated to your financial success. Smith, Mayer & Little, a wealth of knowledge about wealth. Get to know us over a cup of coffee, or visit us at financialjava.com.
Janney Montgomery Scott LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
Come and celebrate 10 years of York Revolution baseball with the Celebrate York Series presented by Memorial Hospital. The series honors significant contributions from York, Pennsylvania's most notable events and favorite citizens with giveaways every Friday night home game. The series continues on Friday, May 13th with a Marquis de Lafayette bobblehead giveaway. Visit YorkRevolution.com for more details. It's the Celebrate York Series, proudly presented by Memorial Hospital for the York Revolution's 10th anniversary season.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Top of the 8th, we stay tied at 3. Wes Alsop stays in the game. Travis Scott will lead off. First pitch of the inning, he swings and skies a foul out of play, left field side. Scott tied it up. A 2-run homer in the 6th inning off Ron Scooters, and hurting his former team again. He's 1 for 2 today, 2-run homer and a walk, 4 for 10 on this visit, but over the years, he's done plenty of damage. Has some dirt up near his eye that'll wipe free. Skeeters heading to New Britain after today's game. The Revs will remain here for the next 3 days, including a day-nighter Wednesday against Bridgeport. 0-1, and a fastball blisters right through the zone, a called strike 2. Middle third of the order here. Scott, LaRoche, and then Mathis, who pinch hit for Lamonta in the 6th and stayed in. Though a nice early season test for Wes Alsop. The 0-2, and a slider tried to backdoor and missed outside. Lamonta and Scott, the big former Revs in town here this weekend, and they've been a big factor in a couple of these games. The 1-2, try to check, a slider appeal to third base, and they say no. Eric Solfero, the ruling down there, 2-2. Kids will run the bases after the game today, presented by Commonwealth Charter Academy.
A lot of youngsters in the mix here. This crowd of 2012 here on a Sunday afternoon in York.
Pitch is down low. Scott holds off. And a full count. Yeah, braving the elements today. Although right when I said the temperature had not changed since 1, now it has. It's up 2 degrees.
Yeah, it feels warmer.
We have that going for us.
I can actually feel my fingers.
Do they work?
So far.
Here's the payoff pitch. Oh, just outside. And the leadoff man's on here in a tie game in the 8th. Well, Will, you and I are fans of looking back this date in baseball history. This is a good one on May 1st today.
May 1st, 1991. You're right, Darryl. It was significant twofold. Earlier in the day, on the West Coast in Oakland, Ricky Henderson passed Lou Brack as the all-time Major League stolen base leader with 939. He eventually finished his career with 1,406 swiped bags.
There's Andy LaRoche trying to bunt Scott along, and he foul tips it at the plate. So they're going to try to sacrifice the leadoff runner here in a tie game.
And then amazingly, Henderson did not lead off Sports Center and the news shows that night, because a few hours later, Nolan Ryan stole the spotlight back with his 7th career no-hitter. 44 years old, struck out 16, including Roberto Alomar of the Blue Jays for the last out. By far the oldest man to ever throw a no-hitter.
And then went to Stage Deli to celebrate the spotlight performance.
I'm sure if our old buddy Darren had a project there in Arlington 25 years ago when he was, 13 something.
Good stuff on this date in baseball history. Also a throw over to keep Scott close. Let's see if LaRoche bunts again. He will not. It hit him up near the hands, and it was not the bat handle. It was the hand at 90 some odd miles an hour, and he'll run down to first base. Not really. Well, now he is flexing. Looks like he's pointing toward his left forearm where it glanced off. A hit by pitch, 2 on with nobody out. On a walk and a hit batter, Fletch is going to motion for Eric Thomas to start getting loose. And he's also going to make his way out and talk with Alsop here in what's becoming a difficult spot.
We can stretch the time here. A couple other big events on May 1st in baseball history. 1984, Doc Gooden becomes the first teenager to strike out at least 10 since Bert Blyleven in 1970. He struck out more than 10. He struck out double digits 15 times that year on the way to a rookie record 276. 2000, Barry Bonds hit the first ever splash hit into McCovey Cove at the then Pac Bell Park. He would hit quite a few of those, especially the next year as he set the single season record at 73 home runs. I remember this. This was on ESPN the night it was, May 1st, 2006. With a police escort from the airport, Doug Mirabelli, changing into his uniform in the car, arrives at Fenway 13 minutes before the game time so he can catch Tim Wakefield, the knuckleballer.
Well, where was he before that?
Not Boston.
I do remember that. Did they trade for him that day?
They must have. It must have been Wakefield was demoted for some reason to Pawtucket, and they called him up and he said, I'm not throwing without Doug behind the plate.
Oh, that's right.
So they got him.
Ken Mathis will bunt now, and he bunts the first one foul behind the plate, with the corners moving in and the sound of a fart filling People's Bank Park after that foul bunt. Mathis, who homered the other night. Think of him as a middle-of-the-order guy, but they're trying to bunt the two leadoff runners along here in a tie game in the 8th. And he squares, pitch is in on him, and he got it down. Also backhand slips, throws, and Pounds ruled to have come off the bag. He fielded on one hop, stretching into foul territory, tried to keep his right foot on, and first base ump Ian Kelly said he came off just before receiving the one-hop throw. Also fortunate that his legs are still intact. His footing gave way coming over to bunt, or to field the bunt. And he had legs going in all different directions trying to make that throw. Bases loaded, nobody out. It's a sac bunt and a throwing error on Alsop. And give Mathis a ton of credit. That pitch in on his thumbs, and in self-defense almost, he got the bunt down. And here's the last guy you want up with the bases loaded right now, Jeremy Barfield. First pitch fastball is over for a strike. He has cracked it all over the yard today, 3 for 3. Single off the wall in left, double to left center, single to left. Loaded with no outs. And no escape for Alsop. He's got to go after him. The 0-1 swung on, hit high in the air, foul, deep to right. But foul into the Mezzogiorno Picnic Pavilion as it bounces just short of the pavilion itself. No balls and 2 strikes. Well, Alsop's got the jump on him. Here's the stretch. And the 0-2. Strike 3 called. A fastball on the outside corner. Knee high at 95. And a 3-pitch strikeout of Barfield. Retired for the first time all day. A massive first out for Wes Alsop. One down in the inning. Rick Haig will stand in. First time that Alsop's gone multiple innings, by the way. And Haig 1 for 3 on the afternoon. Alsop's got his sign from Castillo. First pitch, he swings and pops it up. Pounds ranging out, Repko in, shallow right, it's Pounds, he's got it, no tag up. 2 down in the inning, and Pounds out near the line in shallow right, hauls it in. Alsop can see his way out of it. It'll be Alsop against Wilfredo Rodriguez, trying to come all the way out of this. Tied at 3. 2 big outs after he had bases loaded, no outs. And he wants a new ball before facing the K-Man Rodriguez, who's 0 for 2 with a sac fly in the 5th that started their comeback. Revs led 3-0 early. Now we're tied 3-3 in the 8th. Still no margin for error, but Alsop's got 2 outs under his belt. And the first pitch, swing and a foul back upstairs. 0-1. 95 again. He's been sitting there all day.
Throws in more incentive for Alsop to get a strikeout here. It's the breadstick batter.
Of course.
Can we call him the Doughboy, or does that violate some different copyright?
There's no copyright. Maybe a little insulting, but I like where you're going. Here's the 0-1, and a slider misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Shout out to our very good friends in Pillsbury.
Don't call me that, and I won't call you that.
Deal.
But the K-Man can be called that. Here's the stretch from Alsop. They set up away. The 1-1 swung on, tapped on the ground to first. Nash by the bag has it. He gloves it right by first and steps on it on his way by. And Wes Alsop, a Houdini act in the 8th. He escapes the bases loaded, no out jam. What a job. No runs, no hits, 1 error. He leaves all 3. And we're even in that department today. Each team has left them loaded once without scoring. Bottom of the 8th, Rebs and Skeeters still tied at 3.
Wednesdays are the worst. I've got to get the kids to school in time, to get to work, then it's just one long day of meetings. But hey, at least I don't have to worry about making dinner.
Kids eat free with People's Bank. Save money at every Wednesday home game.
So now when the Revs are in town, I just pull into a People's Bank, pick up that week's coupon, and dinner is done. Revolution Wednesdays? Awesome. Revolution!
Thanks to People's Bank, kids eat free at every Wednesday home game. No need to be a People's Bank customer. Just pick up your coupon at any People's Bank branch and do dinner at People's Bank Park. One coupon per child per game.
Current school not meeting your child's unique needs? Check out family-centered public cyberschooling from Commonwealth Charter Academy. CCA students attend virtual classes led by Pennsylvania certified teachers, and enrollment is open year-round with no waiting list. For open house dates in your area, visit ccaeducate.me or call toll-free 1-844-590-2864. That's 1-844-590-2864.
This week is National Small Business Week, May 1st through the 7th. Take a walk in downtown York and you'll quickly discover the many small businesses that make our city so unique. Did you know that for every $100 you spend at a local business, $68 stay in your community? Small businesses provide jobs for every 2 out of 3 Americans, creating a job market of 56 million people. Celebrate with us in downtown York. Eclectic dining, craft brews and cocktails, 2 historic farmers markets, hope to handmade shopping, public art, the 2015 Pennsylvania Trail of the Year, Championship Atlantic League Baseball, First Fridays, Fifth Fridays. Who knew you could see it all in York? Get to know York, again or for the first time, by visiting downtownyorkpa.com.
The Revolution plays here. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Tied at 3 as we go to the bottom of the 8th. What a job by Wes Alsip. Right-hander Robbie Weinhardt, the new pitcher for Sugarland, as he appears in his 5th game. 4 shutout innings, 3 hits, 1 walk, 4 Ks. James Simmons to lead off, and Weinhardt not quite ready yet. He'll step off. Andrew Johnston, 2 more scoreless innings today. He's now totaled 8 1/3 with just 1 unearned run this season. Simmons to lead off, and Weinhardt's first pitch, fastball, a strike, outer edge at the knees. Simmons 2 for 3 today, a run scored back in the 2nd. Will be followed by Castillo and Rocket here in the 8th. Weinhardt nods yes, strides, deals, and caught the outside corner again. Fastball at 89, it's 0-2. Coming up at 4:20, if we're finished, we'll join Game 5 of the Bears and Portland Pirates. 0-2, swing and a miss, got him on a high, hard one. And Robbie Weinhardt, a 3-pitch strikeout to begin the home 8th.
Weinhardt, Cowboy from Oklahoma State. The Tigers took him 10th round in 2008. Made it up to the big ball club in 2010. Also made a couple appearances for the Tigers in the 11, the first of their 4 straight AL Central titles. Came to Sugarland last year to make 47 appearances.
Here's Keith Castillo, who takes a slider inside. Castillo 1 for 3, singled off the arch nemesis in the 2nd inning, driving in a run. 1-0. Oh, that hit him in the back foot. A slider from Weinhardt and got Castillo in the back foot. He went hopping on the right foot for a moment, and he'll head to first base, a 1-out runner. And Michael Rocket up next. There's 1 out already, but Rocket could be a threat to bunt. The hot-hitting Jason Repko is on deck. Rocket today 1 for 2 with a sac bunt. Weinhardt deals, and he's swinging, chops it to short. Waiting there is Haig, feeds Young. The turn to first, Rocket beats that. Now they only get the 1 out at second. Rocket with his speed avoids the double play, lunging for first. And he'll be a 2-out base runner as we head to Repko at the top of the order. I'm going to to have to do some research, and this will take some time. But I do believe Repko's hitting streak is the longest in Revs history to start a year. I'd be surprised if it's not. First pitch, a check swing number. This will stay foul. Off to the right of home plate.
I feel like he would know.
Well, it's not in that darn media guide, so. But I do believe this has never been done. 11 games now to start the year. 1 for 3 today, a bloop RBI single in the second. It's also reached on a walk. Rocket takes off, pitches high, the throw from Rodriguez, and Rocket slides into the tag. Delwyn Young from second taking it and applying the tag. And yet another perfect throw from an opposing catcher. The Revs are now 2 for 10 in stolen base attempts. And if they do it today, they'll have to do it in the 9th. No runs, no hits, nobody left. It's on to the 9th inning, tied at 3.
Summer is about taking time for what really matters. Spending time with the family, enjoying nature's beauty, having a healthy lawn you can be proud of, plus the time to enjoy it. With Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care, you get world-class environmentally responsible lawn care from a hometown team. The result is a vibrant, beautiful lawn that turns heads and boosts curb appeal. Visit us at heritagelawnandlandscape.com.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
What if I told you your family of 4 could have an all-inclusive outing for only $55? The York Revolution are telling you that right now. The Family Fun Pack includes 4 flexible ticket vouchers to be used whenever you'd like, 4 food vouchers for hot dogs, chips, and drinks, 2 playground wristbands, and a parking pass. Again, $55. Have more than 4 in your family? Additional tickets and food vouchers are only $10. Buy online at YorkRevolution.com, over the phone at 801-HITS, or in person at the Apple Chevrolet ticket office.
Your home for Revolution Baseball. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Top of the 9th, a 3-3 game. Michael Click will take over. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Top of the order for Sugarland. And Click appearing in his 6th game. 5 2/3 innings, 1 run so far. Comes out to a 1.59 ERA, just 4 hits, 1 walk, 9 Ks. Opponents hitting 182. So he'll try to keep it tied as Josh Prince digs in. And Click from the stretch. First offering, he swings, rips it to second, 1 hop to pound, shifting to his right up the middle, got in front of it, and throws on to first. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Click on in relief from Wes Alsop, and Darryl, if the majors don't come calling, the circus will, because Wes just walked the tightrope to perfection, loading the bases with nobody out in the 8th, getting out of it, looking strikeout issued to Jeremy Barfield. Weak pop-up from Rick Haig, and a ground out to first by Wilfredo Rodriguez, keeping things all square at 3 apiece.
He was a different guy after that visit from Fletch. Here's Jeff Dominguez. First pitch is over for a strike. He was loading up but could not pull the trigger. Dominguez 0 for 4 today. 2 flyouts, 2 strikeouts in between. Switch hitter batting left. The Revs have found a way to cool him a bit in this game. The 0-1 swings and rips a base hit to right. Nash guarding the line, and Dominguez singles. And that's what you're willing to give up when you guard the line. You just don't want the extra base hit in a tie game late. And Delwyn Young up next. Dominguez does have a hit today, but it's wild stuff compared to what he did last night. Here's Delwyn Young, who's 1 for 4. Singled off the big wall and scored in the 6th inning. Nash will hold Dominguez. Click with the pitch. It's a fastball right there for strike 1. Revs now out hitting the Skeeters 8-7. Young and then Travis Scott on deck, who tied the game with a 6th inning homer. Click stares in and ready to go. The 0-1, swing and a miss. Fastball down at 90. Young a big golf hack after it and came up empty.
That was beautiful. That tailed off like that. Dive bomb pitch. I think that's the best we've seen all afternoon.
Nasty stuff. Click ready again. And the 0-2. Swing, and he just got a piece. Scratched a foul off behind the plate.
Michael Click, known for his top stuff. He was a Frontier League midseason All-Star with the Windy City Thunderbolts in 2013. Almost 13 strikeouts per 9 innings and 3 3/4 strikeouts per walk. Parlayed that into a contract with Lincoln, the American Association, the next year, Camden later that year.
Pitch, line drive, base hit left center. Simmons on to pick up. Dominguez up to second. He'll stop there. Delwyn Young singles the other way. It's 1st and 2nd with 1 out in the 9th. Just served it over short. And 2 men on for Travis Scott. Click has given up a couple 2-strike hits. And yeah, that one, maybe hindsight would prefer to have it a little bit further off. Young got pretty good wood on it. Here's Scott, who tied the game with a 2-run homer in the 6th. He's also walked twice, 1 for 2 plus the walks. Pitch from Click right down the middle, and that's a strike. Double play would be awesome. Tie game at 3. Dominguez representing the go-ahead run at second base. Castillo going to the body taps to give signs with a runner out there. The 0-1 and a fastball up and in under Scott's arms. Revs haven't scored since the 2nd. They've been trying to protect their early work at the plate all day. Stretch from Click. The 1-1. Fastball nailed Castillo's glove on the corner, and that's a called strike at 90. 1-2 the count. Big addition for the Revs this offseason. Click immediately becoming one of the top late inning options for Mace. He's got his sign. The 1-2 missed in. They had gone away, trying to come back in on Scott and missed. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody up in Sugarland's bullpen. Looks like it'll be Weinhardt for the York offense in the last half. Click stares, he's got it. Now the 2-2. Swung on, lined out of the reach of Pounds and into right, sending Dominguez. Repko up with the throw, and it's cut off, and Sugarland takes the lead. A line drive RBI single for Travis Scott, who tied it 3 innings earlier. It's his 3rd ribby of the day. 4-3 here in the 9th. Just beyond the reach of Pounds. Young goes to 3rd on it, and Sugarland's come all the way back.
I'm surprised Nash cut that off, Dale. It looked like it had a chance of getting Dominguez at the plate. It was a frozen rope by Repko, but Telvin getting in front of it prematurely, and maybe he would have been safe anyway, but I would have elected to just let it go to the plate that time.
There's Andy LaRoche, swings and misses on Click's first offering. There's Sugarland, 4 unanswered beginning in the 5th inning as they try to salvage a split here today. Revs haven't beaten them 3 in a row since 2013. Here's the stretch from Click. Now the 0-1 to LaRoche and a foul back into the screen. LaRoche 0 for 3 with a hit by pitch. Revs in the bottom of the 9th will have the top of the order due up, so any type of being able to keep this at 1 run would be key. It looks like Roy Merritt beginning to throw for Sugarland. Click, the 0-2, and it misses down and away.
Merritt had a save on Thursday night against the Revs. One other save for the Skeeters this season, that was Derek Loop who picked that up. But we saw Loop yesterday for 23 pitches in 1 inning. I would not expect that he would be available today.
On the 1-2, swung on, line to left, and that's a base hit. And the Skeeters add the insurance run. Young in to score as Andy LaRoche rips an RBI single to left. It's 5-3 here in the 9th inning. Travis Scott up to second base and stopping there. Now the Revs just haven't been able to score since the 2nd. They had a chance in the 4th to really blow it open, and it indeed has come back to haunt. There's Kent Mathis, who has fouled out and dropped down a sac bunt. And pitch from Click, that misses down low. 2 runs here in the 9th off Click. It would allow just 1 run in 5 outings coming in. This is his 2nd home appearance, 2 scoreless innings on Friday night when he was dominant, struck out 4. Retired all of them. He fires and is swinging a fly ball foul the other way and right. Nash will give chase, but it's back into section 2.
Looking ahead here, the Skeeters will stay in the Northeast. They'll head to Connecticut right after this to take on New Britain in the early portion of this next week. The Revs will have Bridgeport in town and face the Bluefish 4 games in 3 days, with the day-night doubleheader on Wednesday. When's that first start time, like 11 o'clock or so?
11 a.m. Here's a fastball down low, 3-1.
So if anyone is staying home sick from school that day, don't turn it on to The Price is Right, turn it on to us. Well, you can turn on The Price is Right, but you can mute it, and you can listen to us as well. And I'll try and make the beep, 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 beep noises whenever they're spinning the big wheel. Should be sometime around the 2nd inning or so.
Now Click holds. 3-1. And in the dirt, Castillo had it sneak just by. And it's ball 4 anyway. Isn't it? And the board said 3-1. Mathis is still hanging around at the plate. Maybe the count was wrong. I guess that is a wild pitch. Does anybody know what's going on?
Well, I had it in my book. It was just 2-1 for that pitch.
All right. Now Tim McCaffrey signals up here that it was only the 3rd ball. The Revs will bring the infield in with 2nd and 3rd and only 1 out. Down 5-3, and at this point trying to cut down everything. Now Click ready. 3-1. Swung on and launched way up and foul off to the left. Wonder if the Skeeters will stop at the same New Jersey McDonald's on their way to New Britain that we enjoyed.
Oh, the famed New Jersey McDonald's.
That one, yeah.
Favorite spot in the Atlantic League, yes?
Oh, it's a spot, yeah.
Of all the places that you stop for food, the McDonald's in New Jersey is one of them.
And Click, the payoff pitch. Swung on, chopped foul, past Gaetti at third. One of his pitchers leaps and hurdles that foul ball in the bullpen.
You can take a peek at the out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by York Mitsubishi. Only other game going on right now, and it's a real barn burner in the home of the Barnstormers. Somerset leading 8-6 in the top of the 6th inning, going for 11 in a row to start the season.
Good night.
And good luck, but they don't need that luck.
Pitch from Click, missed outside, and Mathis, along at bat, works the walk. 23rd pitch of the inning from Click, and that'll load the bases, and Revs will be in danger of not having him available tomorrow night. Although they do have a plethora of options out there, but bases now loaded, 5 straight have reached, and here's Jeremy Barfield. Barfield today, 3 for 4, a double and a run scored. 5-3 Sugarland with 2 runs across here in the 9th inning. Stretch from Click, first offering, a swing and a deep drive to left field. He flips the bat and watches it. It's gone. A grand slam home run deep over the arch nemesis in left. And just like that, it's a 6-run inning, and Sugarland leads 9-3.
That was the one man you didn't one-up in that situation. Alsop had him with the bases loaded in the 8th and ended up striking him out, but Barfield was not to be denied that time. 4 hits today, 8 total bases, his first 4 RBIs, and this one is very heavily out of reach, and Michael Click's going to see his ERA skyrocket in the box score today.
There's Rick Haig, who takes up high. That's a shame early in his season. It takes a while to bring down. But Barfield, indeed, 4 for 5 on the day now. Double earlier, and now a grand slam. Here's the 1-0, and a fastball over for a strike. Second time this series that Sugarland has hung 9, and that'll be the biggest inning given up by the Revs this season. The 1-1 pitch, and misses outside. Now we've had very good relievers here over the years with very good year-end stats that have given up 1 or 2 innings like this during the course of a year, so he'll come back from it, but it'll balloon numbers that were really good coming in. Haig swings here, drives one in right center, and Jason Repko sprinting over, calls off Simmons and makes the grab. Fairly deep in right center field for the second out. The 9th hitter of the inning, Wilfredo Rodriguez, coming to bat. 0 for 3 with a sac fly, which produced the first of now 9 unanswered runs. 9-3 Sugarland in the 9th. Now Click's ERA has only gone up to 4.26. First pitch to Rodriguez is in there for a strike.
Is that a cockatoo? Sounds like a bird somewhere.
The strike call?
Yeah. Some wild bird has made its way into People's Bank Park.
There's a fastball way up high, 1-1.
Oh, maybe it's just a 5-year-old.
We have that bald eagle that circles every now and then. It's usually a good omen. We could use that right now. If he's listening, it'd be nice to pay a visit. The 1-1 and a fastball strike, outside corner.
WOYK simulcasting on Bald Eagle Radio. Watch it soar.
And we're big in Finland, you know.
That's the country for me. We could tell them the story about that, but we're just going to leave it at that for now, and y'all can use your imagination.
It's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Fastball blew him away for breadsticks, but the damage has been done. Sugarland with 6 runs in the 9th inning on 5 hits in the big blow, Barfield's grand slam. We'll go to the bottom of the 9th inning. It's the Skeeters 9 and the Revs 3.
Tennis used to be a very polite game. Today, tennis... Ace. Raises a racket.
Flying feet.
The style, the play, and the players are intense, athletic, and hard-charging. Flying Feet Sports Shoes welcomes the evolution of tennis and its battling players with a full line of specialty tennis shoes worthy of the new game. These aren't stand-around, look-pretty shoes. These are co-conspirators for the court. Shoes that will endure opponent after opponent, match after match. Shoes that move when and how you move and stop at your command. Shoes that fit and feel good so your feet are ready and able to play that next set. Flying Feet's team includes Prince, Wilson, and New Balance in widths that fit. And the Flying Feet staff is always on the sidelines to help you with your selection. Tennis, it's a new game. Be prepared to play it well.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet Sports Shoes, just off exit 18 of I-83, right behind Domino's in York.
It's time for York Mitsubishi's spring sell-off sale, now through April 30th. Save on all Outlanders, Lancers, Outlander Sports, and Mirages, with financing as low as 0% for 72 months and rebates up to $3,500. And as always, get our famous 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. So stop by during York Mitsubishi's spring sell-off sale and see what we can do for you. York Mitsubishi, just off Route 30 on Roosevelt Avenue, York, where Mitsubishis always cost less.
Your county, your teams. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in order, first in sports.
Jason Repko leading off the bottom of the 9th, takes a little bit low for ball 1. 9-3, Sugarland leads. After the 6-run top of the 9th, Weinhardt still in and fires a little bit high. He'll be in line for the win, not a save. Repko 1 for 3, an RBI hit in the 2nd inning, and a walk. Here's the 2-0, and a fastball over for a strike. So he'll begin tomorrow night, just like he began today, with the league's longest hitting streak. It'll be up to 11 games. The 2-1. Swing and a miss on a fastball from Weinhardt. The 6-run 9th inning, matching the biggest given up in Revs history in a 9th inning. Here's the wind and the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Got him on a high fastball. And there's one away. It happened on a Sunday afternoon, May 16th of 2010, against Newark. A lead that went from 4-2 to an 8-4 loss. And then September 3rd, 2011, against the Road Warriors, a 10-4 loss. And I believe that might have been the night that we had a bench clearer with them. Here's Josh Wilson as Weinhardt misses up high for ball 1. So the first 6-run 9th given up by the Revs since 2011. And that was a pretty good year. Pitch to Wilson is in for a strike.
So if you're looking for omens, a 6-run 9th means that something good is about to happen. Well, both of those years.
Both of them, yeah.
So both years.
The fastball and a generous strike up and away.
Somebody wants to go home.
Yeah, right.
As we're just past 4 o'clock here at People's Bank Park.
Not Wilson. He wasn't too happy with that call. The 1-2, swing and a miss, and it forced him to climb the ladder, and he strikes out on the next one. Revs down to their final out here this afternoon. Bring on Andres Perez. Perez 0 for 4 on the day. And the first pitch from Weinhardt is over for a strike. Hershey Bears hockey coming up. Pre-game at 4:20. We might get to that right at the start.
We can stretch the post-game show off enough.
Yeah, here's a rip up the middle, and Perez a base hit.
That'll help.
Reaches and hooks it over toward left center. Well, just past 4 o'clock, we'll pause for station identification.
First in York, first in sports. Your only local sports station. The new Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, York, Pennsylvania.
2-out base runner, Talvin Nash the hitter, and Weinhardt missing away. Nash 1 for 3, a single and a walk today. And Perez off the schneid in this one with that hit. Rev's 9th. Pitch to Nash is over for a strike. 7 of the 9 starters have hits. One that doesn't has a sac fly. And another one that doesn't has a walk and a run, Wilson and Pounds respectively, as Weinhardt misses high. So it won't be a win today, but everybody has contributed something offensively.
A real silver lining in that the bats have started to come back alive after napping through much of New Jersey.
2-1, and that tails in for a strike, a 2-seamer from Weinhardt. And the Revs down to their final strike on the afternoon.
So you figure that you're getting so many base runners that eventually you're going to be able to break through on those. Unfortunately for the Revs, just not coming today.
2-2. Oh, didn't mean to. He went around. A high fastball up near his shoulder, and that'll do it. Robbie Weinhardt, a 2-inning win in relief. He strikes out 4, including the side in the 9th. And Sugarland salvages the finale and earns the split here in York. Final score 9-3. For the Revs in the 9th inning, no runs, 1 hit, 1 left. And they'll take the rest of the afternoon off and welcome the Bluefish in tomorrow night. Now 5-6 on the year, 2-2 at home. Sugarland improves to 6-5. 9-3 is your final. Stay tuned. Post-game show follows next.
Hi, this is Tom Dasher, President of Tom Dasher Investment Services. I specialize in retirement planning and strategies to meet individual personal goals. Whether you are looking for wealth accumulation or to maximize your retirement income. Oh heck, this is sounding just like another commercial. Hey listen, it's this simple. We use risk-free investment vehicles, whether you are looking to still build wealth accumulation or you want retirement income or a combination of both. It is all about getting your money parked in the place that will benefit you the most. If you want to do that, call me. My office number is 246-3879 or my mobile is 487-2096 or contact me at my new website at tomdasher.com.
Broadway Transmission? I don't know how they do it.
We've been in business for 60 years at the same location.
I don't know how they do it.
It's our long-term nationwide warranties.
Oh, and don't forget our online appointment scheduling.
I still don't know how they do it.
They toted my van at no cost with my repair.
It's our ATRA certified technicians. Don't forget the good-looking genius in the office.
Come on, man!
I know they help me with financing. Still, with my bad credit, I don't know how they do it.
I did my research and felt comfortable that Broadway is a AAA approved specialty repair shop. I showed my AAA card and saved some hard-earned cash.
I was happy to get a $100 rebate in the mail after the job was done.
I sure don't know how they do it, but I do know they get it done, and they get it done right.
Broadway Transmission. We'll get your shift together and back on the road fast. Check us out on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
And here we go, folks. She steps up to the box. This is a real pressure situation. 2 kids tugging at her blouse, a long line of customers, and only 30 minutes to get in, get a dozen maple donuts, and get to the party.
Oh boy, look at the time.
Well, if Charlie Donuts All-Stars winds up, and here's the pitch.
Welcome to Maple Donuts. Can I help you?
Yes. No. I'm sorry. I'm not quite ready.
Oh, she steps out. The pressure may be too much, folks. No, wait. What's this? A meeting at the plate?
Okay, Mommy needs to order our maple donuts now. Can you two be good, please?
And she steps back up to the box.
All ready now?
I am.
She's swinging for the fences.
I'll have 4 glazed, 3 vanilla sprinkles, 3 chocolate icing, 2 jelly filled, and 1 chocolate peanut covered.
Wow, that was Major League. She read every stitch of that fastball and knocked it clean out of the park.
Enjoy your maple donuts.
Oh, we will. Okay, kids, let's go. Let's get these maple donuts to the party.
There you have it, folks. Maple Donuts, 58 varieties. Ready whenever you need to step up to the plate.
Maple Donuts taste right.
Payne doesn't take Sunday off. Neither do we. We're open weekdays 8 to 8 and weekends 9 to 6. Just walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics, 2319 South George Street in York, across from the Apple Hill Health Campus. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Revs fall 9-3 to the Skeeters. They'll settle for the 4-game split in their opening home series of the year. Darrell Henry back alongside Will DeBoer. And Will, the big things today, the Revs missed an opportunity to really blow it open in the 4th inning, and then we knew coming into this one that they were going to try to piece at least 6 pitchers together to try to hold off the Skeeters. And when you do that, it can be very effective, giving the hitters a different look, but if one